Good evening. This is John Daly standing in front of Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. This is indeed a red-letter night in the history of Ford's Theater, April 14, 1865. Because tonight, President Abraham Lincoln and his party will attend a special charity performance of the celebrated English comedy, Our American Cousin. Inside the theater, the curtain has already gone up. Outside, here in front of the theater, the crowd of curious spectators stand around.
April 14th, 1865. Place, Washington, D.C. You are there.
Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater. CBS takes you back to one of the great dramas in our nation's history. All things are as they were then, except for one thing.
You are there.
You Are There is based on authentic historical facts and quotations.
And now,
Washington, April 14th, 1865, and John Daly.
The damp and misty weather in Washington tonight has not dampened the ardor of the crowds who for 4 long days now have been wildly celebrating the surrender of General Lee to General Grant. The people here are in high spirits, gathered around Ford's Theater, which is a 3-story, red stone building, windows and entrances in gray. Tulteville Saloon is on the right, Ferguson Saloon is on the left, and both of them are jammed. The windows and doors of the houses along both sides of the street are open. People are hanging out of them for a look at the president. Although the curtain has gone up on the play, some members of the cast who are not on stage at the moment stand around in their costumes for a look at Mr. Lincoln. There's John Diet and Mrs. Helen Muzzy. There's young Miss Jane Gowdy and John Wilkes Booth, the handsome, dashing Shakespearean favorite. He is not in the performance tonight, by the way. I think I see over there. Oh, yes, there's Mr. Harry Ford, one of the 3 brothers who manage this theater. Now, if I can just get through to him, excuse me, please. Oh, let me push through here. I'm sorry, but watch the cable. Oh, Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford.
Yes, sir?
Say, Mr. Ford, this is CBS. You have a great crowd here tonight.
Yes, the theater is sold out.
And have you raised your prices for tonight?
Tonight is a charity benefit. The orchestra is $1, the dress circle and the parquet 75 cents, and the family circle is 25 cents.
I see. Well, this is the second time President Lincoln has attended your theater, isn't it, Mr. Ford?
Yes, and tonight he's going to sit in the same box. And I brought in that old rocker he likes.
Oh, thanks very much, Mr. Ford.
Not at all, anytime.
Thanks a lot. I think I see John F. Parker, the president's personal guard, arriving on foot. Evidently, he's come ahead of the president to be on hand when Mr. Lincoln and his party arrive. Now, if I can get through to him, excuse me, please. Let me through. I'm sorry, but watch the cable. Mr. Parker. Oh, Mr. Parker. Say, Mr. Parker, this is CBS. Has the president's carriage left the White House? Is he on his way over here?
Yes, he and Mrs. Lincoln left about 10 minutes ago to pick up Major Rathbone and Miss Harris.
Well, aren't General Grant and Mrs. Grant in the party?
No, they were supposed to come, but General Grant left on the evening train for Burlington.
Oh, that's too bad. We kind of hoped we'd see the general as well as Mr. Lincoln. Say, by the way, who is Miss Harris?
Well, that's Miss Clara Harris, daughter of the senator from the state of Maine.
Oh, yes, of course. And Major Rathbone is an attaché at the War Department.
That's right.
Excuse me, right. Yes, the president's carriage is just coming down 10th Street now. It has crossed F Street. It's going to pull up right here at the carriage platform. The president is smiling, bowing, doffing his high black silk hat to the crowd. And the band that's been waiting here for this moment is picking up its instruments and getting ready to play. Burns, the coachman, is throwing up the horses now. The carriage is stopping at the platform. Forbes, the footman, has jumped down to assist the party as they get out. Mrs. Lincoln and Miss Harris are getting out, and now the president, followed by Major Rathbone. The band wants to play a tune. They're asking the president what it is he wants to hear, but it'll probably be Yankee Doodle, Marching Through Georgia, or Rally Round the Flag. The president just said something to the band leader, but in all of this racket, I just can't hear what he's saying. Oh, do you hear that? It's Dixie! Mr. Lincoln has asked the Union band to play the Confederate song, and they've responded with a will. Above all this din, the crowd understands the meaning of Mr. Lincoln's request. It's his policy of forgiveness and reconciliation with the South of harmony for the nation. The war is over. The United States of America is now one great nation. And Mr. Ford is leading the way into the theater, up the gray stone steps. Mr. Lincoln's just a few feet away. Oh, Mr. President! Mr. President, this is CBS, sir. May I ask you a question?
Fire away.
Well, as you know, Mr. President, the newspapers and a part of the clergy have been opposed to your practice of attending the theater. And I'm sure that...
Yes, I know. Some think I do wrong to go to the opera and the theater, but it rests me. I love to be alone and get to be with the people. I want to get this burden off, to change the current of my thoughts. A hearty laugh relaxes me, and I seem better able after it to bear my cross.
I understand, sir.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Lincoln, and thank you. Now the presidential party has entered the door. A CBS microphone is inside the theater at the rear of the orchestra. President Lincoln will pass it in just a minute, and so enter the theater and Don Hollenbeck.
The audience doesn't yet know the president has arrived. The ladies might be interested, by the way, to know that Mrs. Lincoln is wearing a white silk crinoline under her cloak. I'm trying to see here. It's an elaborate headdress of flowers and combs over her curls. There's silken mittens and a shawl held together at her throat with a brooch. The president, well, he seems to have lost a lot of weight, but, oh, he looks happy tonight, very happy. And now the party is turning right and going upstairs to the boxes. The president should be there in just a minute. The audience has caught sight of the president. The play stops. The orchestra strikes up Hail to the Chief. And now CBS has a booth directly across the theater from the president's box. And I see that John Daly's reached it, so over to John Daly.
We're in the CBS box now. I can see the president entering his box across the theater. We have Columbia microphones on the stage and in the audience. I'm going to open them both and let you hear what's going on. The president is in his box now. The audience is standing. Mr. Lincoln is acknowledging the welcome. Beaming, he nods his head and waves to the jam-packed crowd. And now, motioning towards the stage and the interrupted play, Mr. Lincoln sits down. The ovation continues, but following the president's lead, slowly, almost by sections, the audience resumes its seats and the play will resume in just a moment. Our American Cousin by Tom Taylor, by the way, is an eccentric comedy, as many of you probably know. It's a popular favorite, been performed at least 1,000 times. The play revolves around a typical, drawling Yankee in England who lights his cigar with an old will, burning the document to ashes, and thereby throwing a fortune into the hands of an English cousin. And now, the CBS microphones on the stage will pick up some of the dialogue. Lord Dundreary, a silly, foppish Englishman, is being teased by Florence the heroine, played by the star Miss Laura Keene.
Yes, but a lonely one.
What sort of night had she?
Oh, a very refreshing one. Thanks to the draft I've described for her.
What? Have you been prescribing for Georgina, Lord Dundreary?
Oh, yes, quite. You see, I gave her a draught that cured the effect of the draught. And that draught was a draught that didn't pay the doctor's bill. Didn't that draught?
Good gracious, what a number of drafts. You almost have a game of drafts. What's the matter?
That was a joke, that was.
Anyone can see the draft has been suspended.
Miss Keene has very neatly injected a bit of the national peace celebration into the play. With Lord Dundreary making so much of the word draft, Miss Keene threw in the line, anyone can see the draft has been suspended. And everyone in the audience knows that General Grant suspended the military draft this very morning. That was quite keen of Miss Keene, if I may be permitted the pun. Well, the president enjoyed that joke, too. He's smiling broadly. The play continues, and we'll take you again to the stage presently, but on this gala night, the audience is as interested in the presidential party as they are in the play, although because of the angle at which the box is set, they can only see Miss Harris and Major Rathbone. The presidential party is occupying boxes numbers 7 and 8, the partition between them having been removed to make it roomier. The boxes are decorated with 4 flags. The president is seated in that old rocker that Mr. Ford told us about before. There's a chair at the door of the box in which John Parker, the guard, is sitting. He can't see the stage, but he can hear the actors' voices. Oh, evidently John Parker wants to see and hear, for he's now getting up from his chair and taking a seat in the dress circle with a clear view of the stage. Mrs. Lincoln is seated on the president's right, and from time to time she leans over on his arm and they exchange a few words. The president appears completely relaxed, and perhaps his mind is on other things. Perhaps he is looking at his wife and thinking, we've had a hard time since we came to Washington, but the war is over, and with God's blessing, we may hope for 4 years of peace and happiness, and then we'll go back to Illinois and pass the rest of our lives in quiet. But then it's more likely that Mr. Lincoln is just plain enjoying himself tonight, for the president is listening with obvious pleasure to Mrs. Mount Chessington, an English lady in the cast, and Harry Hawke, who is playing Asa Trenchard, the American cousin. Now, once again, our microphones on the stage pick up the play.
Well, Mr. Trenchard, you are not used to the manners of good society, and that alone will excuse the impertinence of which you have been guilty.
Mrs. Mount Chessington flounces off an aristocratic bedroom, leaving a drawling Yankee alone on the stage.
Don't know the manners of good society, eh? Well, I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, old gal. You sock-dologizing old man trap.
What was that? It sounded like a shot, but there's no shot in the play. One moment. Oh, Major Rathbone is struggling with a man in Mr. Lincoln's box. A man who is stabbing wildly at him with a knife. Major Rathbone's giving ground before that knife, and now his attacker has leapt over the railing. He's on the stage. The man has risen. He's running across the stage. He's gone through the stage exit directly under this box. That was Major Rathbone who shouted out, "Stop that man." Someone in the audience has leapt over the footlights after him. Something has happened. Something is terribly wrong. This is not part of the play. Blue smoke is curling from President Lincoln's box. I can't see him because Miss Harris and the Major and Mrs. Lincoln are surrounding him. President Lincoln has been shot. That was Mrs. Lincoln who just cried out, "He has shot Mr. Lincoln." The man did it. The man who ran across the stage. The man who grappled with the Major. John Hollenbeck is out there in the theater, already fighting his way up to the president's box. So go ahead, Hollenbeck.
This is John Hollenbeck. I guess we're on the air here. I'm trying to get through this crowd to find out what's going on. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened.
What is it? What's happened? Tell me what's happened.
Someone has shot Mr. Lincoln.
It was Booth.
Who? One member of the stranded crowd has identified Mr. Lincoln's attacker. He says it was Booth, the actor, John Wilkes Booth. We'll try to get someone who was in or near Mr. Lincoln's box. Let me through, please. Let me through. Watch the cable, please. Watch it just a minute. Thank you very much. The whole theater's in an uproar. Everyone's standing, running up and down the aisles. Women are moaning and fainting. Miss Keene is handing water up to Mr. Lincoln's box. Watch that cable, please. Men are lifting up an army sergeant and army surgeon up on their shoulders. The stage is swarming with people. We'll get through to Mr. Lincoln's box now in just a second.
Stand back! Back!
Soldiers blocking the door. Bayonets poised. That soldier's crying. Tears are streaming from his eyes. There's an officer. Lieutenant Crawford, sir. Lieutenant Crawford, what happened? Well, I was sitting in the seat. There's the door to Mr. Lincoln's box. I saw Booth go in. Just walk in, but where were the guards? Well, I don't know. I heard a shot, and I saw Booth leap over the railing. His spare caught in the flag as he jumped. It ripped the flag and broke his fall, and maybe broke his leg. Oh, are you sure it was Booth? I swear it. What did you do? Did you get into the president's box? Well, I rushed it, but the door was barred. Booth had barred it when he went in from the inside, and we broke through. Major Rathbone let the doctors through. Only the doctors. Look, have they caught Booth? Did he get away? Just a minute, Lieutenant. The door is opening. 4 soldiers are carrying Mr. Lincoln out. Are you the president? Where are you taking him? Are you taking him to the White House? No, not to the White House. Doctor, is the wound mortal? Will Mr. Lincoln live? Guards! President Lincoln is being carried out of the theater now. Healy. I've just been informed that John Daly's out in the street again, so go ahead, Daly.
Two more soldiers have joined the 4 who are carrying the president out here into 10th Street. The street is jammed with people who have heard the news. It's a wild, awed, panic-stricken, swirling mob. guards are having a hard time breaking through the mob, crossing the street. The long roll you hear is the alert being sounded. There's a light in a house, and the door is open. A man stands at the door with a candle, calling to the group carrying Mr. Lincoln. They're taking the president in there. The number is 453 10th Street. Anybody know who lives in that house? Peterson! It's the Peterson house! It's the only house available. The president's White House guard is thundering into the street. Perhaps you can hear the ring of their horses' hoofs on the cobblestone. They're flashing their sabers and clearing the street. President Lincoln has been shot. President Lincoln has been shot. There's been so much excitement. Only now the full horror of what has just happened at Ford Theater is beginning to dawn. We will stay here in front of the Peterson house and bring you immediately any reports on Mr. Lincoln's condition. But we have just been informed that something has happened elsewhere in Washington that we don't know of here on the scene, and so we return you now to our studios.
And I'll give you the bulletins as fast as they come in, Quincy, as soon as we get it back from Daly down there on the street, right?
How much time have I got, though? How long am I on?
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
You're on the air. This is Quincy Howe. John Daly has just announced that an attempt has been made on the life of Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater. Secretary of State Seward, has also... just a second. Here's the bulletin. Secretary of State Seward has been attacked. A man entered the Seward house on Lafayette Square in Washington tonight. He overpowered all resistance, gained entrance to the secretary's bedroom, and slashed at Mr. Seward with a knife. It's not known whether the attacker was John Wilkes Booth or an accomplice, or whether the two attacks were connected. Now, here's Ned Calmer with more bulletins.
All Washington's in a state of panic this terrible night of April 14th, 1865. There are wild rumors that the entire cabinet has been murdered, that General Grant has been assassinated, that the war is not yet over. There's no evidence as yet that these other wild rumors are true. I repeat, the other rumors are not true so far as is known. Secretary of War Stanton has arrived at the house on 10th Street where Mr. Lincoln has been taken. He's in complete charge of the situation up to now. Now again, Quincy Howe.
John Wilkes Booth has escaped. He left Ford's Theater by a rear door, leapt on a horse that was waiting for him, and dashed off into the darkness. Someone from the audience chased him, just missed him, a matter of inches. Booth left Washington by the Navy Yard Bridge, where a sentry challenged him, and he gave his real name, John Wilkes Booth.
The following is the fiend's description. Age, 26, lithe and sinewy of body, having probably a broken leg, intense of speech and behavior. Height, 5 feet 8, weight, 160 pounds. Hair black, eyes black, heavy dark eyebrows, wears a large seal ring on little finger, when talking moves his head forward, looks down. That is John Wilkes Booth. Rewards totaling $100,000 have been offered for his capture. Armed pursuit groups are after him already.
Booth must have had help. He just couldn't have committed this crime by himself or without lots of preparation. But who slashed Secretary Seward? Who crossed the Navy Yard Bridge a few moments after Booth? Why was it that Booth tried to see Vice President Johnson this afternoon and then left his calling card when he failed? Who cut the telegraph wires out of Washington and why? Where was the president's guard, John F. Parker? How could Booth have possibly gained entrance to the president's box without being challenged? These are some of the questions that the tragedy has raised here in this bewildered capital. How deep do the roots of this plot go? Does the trail perhaps lead right to persons highly placed up in the government? A note has just been handed me. John Daly, in front of the Patterson house, has news of President Lincoln's condition. So we take you now to the Peterson house.
This is John Daly in front of the Peterson house, where President Lincoln was carried after he was shot in Ford's Theater across the street. The president is sinking swiftly. He has not regained consciousness since Booth sent a single bullet fired at close range into the area behind the president's ear. The surgeons are discussing now the question of removing that bullet. Mrs. Lincoln is in there at the bedside, so is the president's son, Captain Robert Lincoln. Tad, the president's younger son, is at the White House. He has been assured that his father will live, but this was told the lad only to quiet him. Major Rathbone was slashed about the arm and shoulder by Booth and fainted from a loss of blood. He has been taken home. In addition to Secretary of War Stanton, most of the cabinet members have arrived, and here comes the Secretary of the Navy, Mr. Gideon Wells. Mr. Wells, this is CBS. We know how great your grief is at this moment, sir, but there are so many questions still to be answered about this frightful tragedy. Will you help us? Who is this amazing madman, John Wilkes Booth?
This lunatic, this unspeakable Judas, is a known secessionist who did not have the courage to don the uniform of his cause.
But what possible motive, sir, do you think he could have had in committing this hideous crime?
Only a mind deranged could have given birth to such an act. It may be that he thought to kindle again the dead spark of rebellion. If so, he is as great a fool as he is a villain. The war is over. The Union will stand. Booth has done the Confederate cause more harm than he can imagine.
What about the South, sir? What will the South think of Booth's act?
I do not know the mind of the South, but I predict that when the men who fought with Lee, in uniform, under a flag, and according to a clean code, hear of this day, they will shrink with horror from this vile deed. Assassination is not an American tradition. It never struck in this country until tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. I know that as Mr. Lincoln's friend and Secretary of the Navy, you want to go in and see him. A note has just been handed me. It says, "Oh, this is sad and tragic news. The President's pulse is still falling. His breathing becomes more labored." That's all the note says. As this night of unutterable gloom and sadness wears on, stern resolve melts. Great men weep openly. There's scarcely a dry eye in this crowd here. The door to the Peterson house is opening once again, and Mr. John Hay, President Lincoln's private secretary, is coming out. Mr. Hay, over this way, please.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hay, you've been close to Mr. Lincoln. Did he have any fear that he might be struck down before his great work was finished?
Our beloved president constantly received threatening letters, which he filed away in an envelope. In March last month, there were 80 letters in the envelope. It was marked Assassination.
You mean letters from cranks and that sort?
Yes. In 1860 in Springfield, Mr. Lincoln saw a double image of himself in a mirror. One face held the glow of life and breath. The other shone ghostly pale, white, portent of a safe passage through the first term, and death before the end of the second.
That was 5 years ago, then, that he had this omen?
Yes. But only last week, the president dreamed that he was walking through the White House amid the sound of great sobbing. In the East Room, he came upon a coffin guarded by soldiers, surrounded by a weeping throng. The president asked, "Who is dead in the White House?" And the soldier replied, "The president. He was killed by an assassin."
Well, how did Mr. Lincoln feel about these presentiments?
Perhaps he answered that question this afternoon. He was walking across the White House grounds, and he passed some profane, drunken men. Mr. Lincoln remarked to his guard, "Crook, do you know, I believe there are men who want to take my life, and I have no doubt they will do it. I know no one could do it and escape alive. But if it is to be done, it is impossible to prevent it."
Thank you, Mr. Hay. The tragic news of the attack on President Lincoln has spread around the world. And now CBS takes you to important European capitals. First, to Buckingham Palace in London, England, and the voice of Her Britannic Majesty, Queen Victoria.
I speak to Mrs. Lincoln. No one can better appreciate than I, who am myself utterly broken-hearted by the loss of my own beloved husband, what your suffering must be. And I earnestly pray that you may be supported by him, to whom alone the sorely stricken can look for comfort.
And now to the French capital.
This is Paris. I am a French student speaking for thousands of us in the Latin Quarter. fellow citizens, there are no longer any countries shut up in narrow frontiers. Our country is everywhere, where there are neither masters nor slaves, where people live in liberty or fight for it. From Paris, we take you now to the capital of Russia. This is St. Petersburg, Russia. I will read a message from Leo Tolstoy, our great Russian author, who has just been informed of the attempted assassination of President Lincoln. The message reads, "In far places over the earth, on every continent, the name of Lincoln will be worshipped, and the personality of Lincoln will become a world folk legend. Many hardships and much experience brought him to the realization that the greatest human achievement is love. The greatness of Napoleon, Caesar, or Washington is moonlight by the sun of Lincoln. His example is universal and will last thousands of years. Lincoln is humanity." We return you now to the United States.
This is John Daly in front of the Peterson home on 10th Street. It is past 7 o'clock in the morning, April 15, 1865. President Lincoln was shot last night at 10:15. Doctors say there is no hope. The long vigil will soon be over. Here outside the Peterson house, a cold rain is falling. The sky is dully gray. The early morning mist is like a shroud. The hearts of men and women are overflowing with grief. Some are kneeling, some lifting their voices in the singing of spirituals. We are told that Mrs. Lincoln is not in the room with the president. She has made her last farewell and is seated in a back parlor. Captain Robert, the president's son, is leaning on Secretary Stanton's arm. He has borne himself well. Only twice has he given way to his overwhelming grief. The Reverend Dr. Gurley has spoken a prayer. For Abraham Lincoln, there will be black borders on the newspapers today, anguished sermons on Resurrection Sunday tomorrow in a resting place. There will be the end of the mortal, but the beginning of the immortal. For Abraham Lincoln will live on in the union he has saved, in the freedom he has given, in the dreams he has dreamed, in the vision he has seen, the vision under God of a new birth of freedom, of government of the people, by the people, for the people. Secretary of War Stanton is coming out of the Peterson house now. He pauses in the doorway, and the crowd, looking at his grief-stricken face, is suddenly silent. Mr. Stanton, how is Mr. Lincoln?
Now, he belongs to the ages.
The dread thing that we have awaited is come. President Lincoln is dead. The victim of Booth's vicious...
Washington, April 14, 1865. Abraham Lincoln is assassinated at Ford's Theater.
This is Don Hollenbeck at the War Department in Washington. The Secretary of War has just released the following statement this 26th of April, 1865, and I quote it. The War Department has received an unconfirmed report that John Wilkes Booth, the assassin of President Lincoln, is in the vicinity of Fort Conway, Virginia. Lieutenant Baker and Colonel Conger, two of the ablest agents of the United States Detective Bureau, have been rushed to Fort Conway with a detachment of cavalry. Signed, Edwin M. Stanton, unquote, and end of statement. Fort Conway is about 50 miles directly south of the nation's capital in Confederate territory. It's a small town on the north bank of the Rappahannock
April
River.
26,
Several hundred
1865.
Fort Conway has now...
Wanted, dead or alive, John Wilkes Booth.
the most tragic manhunt in the history of the United States approaches its grim climax. CBS takes you back 84 years. The Civil War has ended. President Lincoln has been assassinated. North and South alike, shocked and appalled, wait for the capture of the man who killed him. Wait for the end of a bitter calamity. All things are as they were then, except for one thing. When CBS is there,
you are there.
You are there. Produced and directed by Robert Louis Cheon, is based on authentic historical fact and quotation. And now,
Washington, a corridor in the War Department, and Don Hollenbeck.
Today, it may see the capture of the well-known actor who only 12 days ago stole into a box at Ford's Theater here in Washington, fired a ball into the head of President Lincoln, and escaped. John Daly and Ned Calmer are in the area of Port Conway. They've been covering the manhunt with a CBS mobile unit, and we expect to hear from them momentarily. There have been charges that the federal government has been lax in its efforts to capture Booth, charges that Lincoln's assassination is part of a conspiracy that reaches high into the government. In the face of those charges, Secretary Stanton and the entire War Department are exerting their utmost efforts to end this manhunt, and today may see the break they've been waiting for. Quincy Howe has had a chance to weigh the possibilities inherent in the report that John Wilkes Booth is in Port Conway, so here is Quincy Howe.
Let me emphasize first that we have no confirmation yet for the report that John Wilkes Booth is in Port Conway, Virginia. During the past 12 days, we've had rumors that Booth was in Pennsylvania, that he was on board ship going to Europe, that he was in Maryland, in Canada, in Mexico, in fact, practically everywhere on the North American continent. But all these rumors, when nailed down, proved to be false, even fantastic. If, however, this report proves true, then the question arises, can Lieutenant Baker and Colonel Conger get to Port Conway in time to catch Booth? Never forget this. Booth is not standing still. He's desperate. He's on the move. The farther south he goes, the safer he becomes. Even suppose Baker and Conger do reach Port Conway before Booth gets out. Will they be able to capture him? Remember, they're in Confederate territory. Will a hostile population reveal Booth's whereabouts? And finally, how will these two detectives from the north stack up against the Confederate guerrillas? Although General Lee's army surrendered some days ago, many Confederate batteries have not yet stopped fighting. Mosby's brigade, for instance. Just a minute. John Daly and Ned Calmer are already in Port Conway, Virginia. Go ahead, Port Conway.
This is John Daly. John Wilkes Booth is in this vicinity. He was here in Port Conway yesterday afternoon. May still be here now. Lieutenant Baker, the detective in charge of this searching party, told me that much a moment ago. Our CBS mobile unit is at the dock of the Port Conway ferry, and Lieutenant Baker is inside the ferryman's shack questioning him. Ned Calmer has been given permission to go inside, and the moment anything develops, he'll come out and tell us. To piece together the story of what happened when the cavalrymen got here, I've asked one of these young cavalrymen to talk with us. His name is Tom Williams. He's a sergeant. His home is in Yonkers, New York. Tom, you fellows rode into town about an hour ago. What happened when you got here?
Well, as soon as we got in town, Lieutenant Baker and Colonel Conger started asking everybody we passed if they'd seen Booth anywheres around here. Nobody said they did. I don't know whether they were lying or not. But they just kept on stopping and asking people. And finally, down the road a ways, we stopped an old colored fella, and Lieutenant Baker showed him some pictures of Booth and the other fella, Harold, who's supposed to be with him. And
you mean Davy Harold, the stable boy who helped Booth escape from Washington?
Yeah, Harold, that's him. And this old colored fella said he'd seen him and Booth here in Port Conway yesterday. He said Booth stopped and asked him if there was a ferry across the river, and he told him how to find it. Well, when we heard that, we rode up here to the ferry on the double.
Well, Tom, what cavalry regiment is this that you're with?
We're a detachment from the 16th New York.
Did you volunteer for this mission?
No, we were detailed.
Any particular reason?
I guess because we're sharpshooters.
Oh, I see. Then are your orders to shoot Booth on sight?
No, we'll shoot if we have to, but our orders are to try to take him alive.
Do you think you're going to get him, Tom?
Sure, we'll get him. Nobody can do what he did and get away with it.
Well, Tom, if you fellas do capture Booth, do you think you'll get part of that $100,000 reward?
I don't know about that. The only thing is we got to get him, that's all.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Sure.
There's still no word as to what is happening inside that shack where they're questioning the man who runs the ferry here beside me now is another man here in Port Conway. He's Mr. Harry Murdoch. Mr. Murdoch, you're not a Virginian. You don't live here in Port Conway, do you?
Oh, no, I'm a Yankee from Chicago.
How do you happen to be here in Port Conway?
Well, I just happened to be in the vicinity, and I heard the report that Booth was supposed to be around here, so I came to scout around.
What do you think? Will they find Booth here?
Well, I don't know. I really don't know. I have a hunch he's not around here. This whole thing is just another wild rumor.
Oh?
Yes, I've been trying to tell Lieutenant Baker that, but he won't pay any attention to me.
Well, what do you do, Mr. Murdoch? Your occupation?
I'm a private detective, Murdoch Bureau of Investigation.
I see.
286 Wabash Avenue, Chicago.
Yes, well, the government has complained that you private detectives have been giving them false clues and wrong leads to deliberately throw them off Booth's trail.
Well, that's not true. Oh, there may be one or two unscrupulous operators in the field, so it's a case of the innocent being condemned to the guilty.
Well, I don't suppose, Mr. Murdoch, that with $100,000 reward at stake, you'd mind getting Booth first, would you?
Why, sure, that's only natural. But I'm trying to do everything I can to help the government. I'm sincere about this. That's why I've been trying to tell Lieutenant Baker that he won't find Booth in this neck of the woods.
Well, Mr. Murdoch, where do you think Booth is hiding?
Well, there's no doubt about it. He's over in Lower Maryland. He could hide in that swampland for years, and they'd never find him.
Well, if you think Booth is in Maryland, what are you doing here?
Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm on my way to Maryland. I'm just passing through.
I see.
I saw the cavalry ride in, and I don't want them to lose time here when they could be somewhere else.
Yes.
See, I'm a very sincere...
Excuse me, Mr. Murdoch. Excuse me, Mr. Murdoch. Excuse me. They're coming out of the Ferryman shack. One or two of the soldiers have just come out. And here come Baker and Conger. They have the ferryman with them. Baker has his revolver jammed into the ferryman's back. Lieutenant Doherty has called in the sentries. He's ordered the men to get ready to move on. Here's Ned Calmer.
Wilkes Booth is not here in Port Conway. He's somewhere across the river. He's heading south toward a town called Bowling Green. The ferryman here, his name is Rollins, took Booth and Harold across the river late yesterday afternoon. The ferryman said that two Confederate soldiers crossed with Booth and Harold, and he said he heard the actor boast to the soldiers that he had assassinated President Lincoln. The ferryman also revealed that Booth must have hurt his leg. He's hobbling on a homemade crutch. His leg is wrapped in an old muddy bandage. Also, Booth has shaved off his mustache. Lieutenant Baker got this information from the ferryman at the point of a trot. And now the cavalrymen are going to cross the river. They're getting their horses aboard the ferry boat. They're going after Booth in the direction of Bowling Green, and John Daly and I are going with them. So now back to Don Hollenbeck in Washington.
And so the manhunt goes on. Lieutenant Baker has definitely picked up Booth's trail now, but Booth is 24 hours ahead of the cavalry. And the question is whether Booth is in Bowling Green now, and if he is, why? There's perhaps one person in the country who might know the answer to those questions. Doug Edwards is with him in New York, so over to Doug Edwards.
I'm in the home of the distinguished actor, Mr. Edwin Booth, here in East 19th Street, New York. Mr. Edwin Booth is a brother of the hunted John Wilkes Booth. Mr. Booth, before any questions are put to you, is there anything you'd like to say?
Mr. Edwards, when a nation is overwhelmed with sorrow by a great public calamity, the mention of personal grief would, under ordinary circumstances, be an intrusion. But under those by which I am surrounded, I hope that a word from me will not be so regarded. It has pleased God to lay at the door of my afflicted family the blood of our deservedly popular president. Crushed to earth by this dreadful event, I am sensible that other mourners are in the land. To them, one and all, go forth our deep, unutterable sympathy, our abhorrence and detestation of this most foul and atrocious crime.
Mr. Booth, do you know of any special reason why your brother should go to Bowling Green?
I don't know, Mr. Edwards. John was very popular wherever he played in the South. He had many friends there. But I know of no reason for him to go to Bowling Green, except the hope that some of his Confederate friends might offer him sanctuary.
Mr. Booth, would you tell us something about your brother? Many of us have seen him in the theater, but what is he like off the stage?
John was a wild, scatterbrained sort of boy, quite impulsive and theatrical. John is vain, self-conscious, too handsome for his own good, hot-tempered. Yet I've known him to be kind, gentle, full of fun, and I was happy that he was my brother. He was always his mother's darling, and this has crushed her heart and spirit.
Mr. Booth, do you have any idea why your brother killed President Lincoln?
He was insane. Insane on the subject of Lincoln. John's sympathies were always with the South, and he blamed Lincoln for all the South's troubles. I recall the day I told him I had voted for Lincoln. He flew into an insane rage and screamed at me that Lincoln wanted to be king of America. I imagine that the news of Lee's surrender drove his mind beyond the limits of reason.
Mr. Booth, somewhere in Virginia, at this very moment, they may be capturing your brother. Have you any comment to make?
I am sure that God will not permit him to go unpunished. He is my brother, but it is far better that he be dead than prolong this shame and humiliation by a public trial.
Thank you, Mr. Booth.
There is something I would like to add, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Booth, say anything you like.
I would like to say, for my mother and sister and my two remaining brothers and myself, that we pray that our loyalty as citizens will be judged by the record of the past. For our present position, we are not responsible. For the future, I shall carry a heavy heart, an oppressed memory, and a wounded name. Dreadful burdens. To a too welcome grave.
Thank you, Mr. Edwin Booth. You mentioned that there are other mourners in the land. Some of them, at this moment, are in Little Falls, New York, waiting for the lonesome train, the train carrying the late President Lincoln to his last resting place in Springfield, Illinois. Ken Roberts has been on that train since it began its sad journey. We take you to him now, aboard the lonesome train at Little Falls, New York.
The lonesome train is on a siding a few hundred yards up the track from the depot here at Little Falls, New York. It stopped a moment ago to take on water. Soldiers are standing at attention alongside of each car, and on the ground, in the gloom, are a handful of people, men and women. This lonesome train has passed through many of the great cities and heard the eulogies of high dignitaries, but here, behind these sad faces, are the farmers, the shopkeepers, the little people of whom Lincoln himself was one. They're standing here silently, their eyes running the length of this dimly lit 6-car train, always pausing at the 3rd car, which they know holds the casket of their beloved late president. There's the train bell warning that we'll be moving in a minute. Now the soldiers of the honor guard are climbing back up into the cars, and this funeral train is about to continue its lonesome journey westward. Someone has begun to sing. Spontaneously, simply. It's the battle hymn of the Republic. Now others are joining in. Let's listen. have word that John Daly and Ned Calmer have reached Bowling Green. So this is Ken Roberts bridging you to the CBS mobile unit in Virginia.
This is Ned Calmer. Lieutenant Baker and the cavalry detachment rode into Bowling Green 20 minutes ago. They found out that one of the Confederate soldiers who came across the Fort Conway ferry with Booth is here at the town hotel now. The soldier's name is Willie Jett. Booth and Harold may be with him. We're outside the hotel now waiting. John Daly is inside with Lieutenant Baker. The cavalry have the hotel completely surrounded, and now some of the townsfolk of Bowling Green have wandered up here to the hotel to see what's going on. Most of them have just put on a coat or a pair of pants over their nightcoats. Here's John Daly coming out again. I'll turn the microphone over to him.
Booth is not here. He may be at a place called Garrett's Farm, a few miles up the road. The farm we passed on the way down here to Bowling Green. Lieutenant Baker got that information out of Willie Jett, who is here at the hotel. Jett said he left Booth and Davy Harold at Garrett's Farm last night. Lieutenant Baker has placed Jett under arrest. He's being taken along to point out the Garrett Farm. We're going there now, so back to Don Hollenbeck in Washington.
It begins to appear that Booth is getting help from some Southerners, and the big question now is the attitude of the entire South. How far will it go to help Booth escape? There's one man who might speak for the South. He's the former president of the Confederacy, Jefferson Davis. Mr. Davis is in the custody of federal troops in Irwinsville, Georgia, but he's consented to make a statement. So we switch you now to Irwinsville, Georgia, and CBS correspondent Arthur Hannes.
Mr. Davis, what is the South's feeling about the assassination of President Lincoln by John Wilkes Booth?
I would like to say, have it fully understood, that the South does not, nor will it ever condone this cowardly, villainous act of John Wilkes Booth. I'll give you my assurance that the assassination of Lincoln was not plotted, nor given implement or comfort by any member of the Confederacy. History will prove that it was a conspiracy of certain congressmen to dispose of Abraham Lincoln and place a man of their choice in his place. All decent and honorable people in the southern states are shocked by his murder. Booth is no hero to us. He will be no martyr to the Confederacy. He will receive no welcome among the gentlemen and women of the South.
Thank you, Mr. Jefferson Davis. John Daly and Ned Calmer have reached Garrett's Farm, so we switch you to our mobile unit somewhere near Bowling Green, Virginia.
This is John Daly. The cavalrymen have surrounded the barn here at Garrett's Farm. It's a small barn, only about 20 by 30 feet. Booth and Davy Harold are almost certainly in there. They were locked in by the young Garrett boys who were afraid they might steal their horses. When the cavalry came up, they roused the Garrett family and quickly found out that the two men Willie Jett had brought to the farm were still here. Lieutenant Baker has ordered young Garrett to open the barn door. Now Lieutenant Baker is speaking.
Inside the barn! Come out! Do you hear? Come out! Give yourselves up, or we'll set fire to the place and burn you out. Who are you? And what do you want?
That was a voice from inside the barn, a man's voice calling out, "Who are you and what do you want?" It may have been Booth's voice, if he is inside.
I'm being taken by my friends. Who are you? Makes no difference who we are. We have 50 armed men here. You have no chance to escape. Captain, there is a boy in here who wants to come out. Tell him to come out. If he comes out, I want it understood that he has nothing to do with anything I may be accused of. Tell him to hand his weapons out the door and then come out. The weapons are mine, and I'm going to keep them.
It certainly seems to be Booth in there. The boy coming out must be Davy Harold, the boy who's been with Booth on this mad flight. A barn door is opening now, slowly. I can't see anyone yet. Yes, Now someone is stepping out. Two soldiers have grabbed him. They're bringing him up here to Lieutenant Baker. He's just a boy. Can't be more than 19. He seems to be giggling strangely and fumbling. Colonel Conger, who is it? Is it Harold?
It's Harold, all right. Booth and Bobby's still in the barn. Is Booth in the barn there with you?
Yes, but I didn't do nothing. Honest, I always liked Mr. Lincoln's jokes. Honest, I swear I didn't do nothing.
Take him over there by the house. If he moves, shoot.
As you can hear, Baker is calling into the barn again, and for the first time he has addressed Booth by name.
We know you're in there. Come out and surrender. This is a hard situation. I have waited. Give me a chance. Take your men 20 yards away, and I'll come out and fight your whole time. We didn't come here to fight. We came to take you prisoner. Come out and give yourself up. Give me time. Time to think it over. I'll give you 1 minute. Starting now.
Baker has just turned to confer with Colonel Conger. They are evidently going to wait out the minute, all right. Ned Calmer is over on the other side of the barn. Ned, have you anything to report?
Just this, John. A little while ago, I talked with Mrs. Garrett and her 2 daughters back at the house, and they told me they didn't know it was Booth who was here. They said, in fact, that when the 2 men came here yesterday with Willie Jett, they gave the false names of Boyd and Herrick. They told the Garretts they were Confederate soldiers on their way home from a Yankee prison camp. And now back to you, John.
I can see by my watch that there are about 25 seconds to go now. As yet, there is no sign from the barn as to whether or not Booth is going to surrender. There's no sound at all. He hasn't much time to decide, just about 15 seconds left, and if he doesn't come out, Lieutenant Baker is going to set fire to the barn, and of course, in that case, John Wilkes Booth will have an even more terrible choice. Surrender or burn to death. There's Booth. Taken alive, and now on orders from Lieutenant Baker, the preparations are being made to set the barn on fire and to burn Booth out. Soon he must come to a decision. I can see now that the soldiers are beginning to carry straw and brush around to the other side of the barn where Ned Calmer is. So go ahead, Calmer.
They're piling the straw at the side and rear of the barn out here, John. The plan is evidently to set the barn ablaze at the back, and that would drive Booth out through the front door. They're piling up the straw, all right, piling it up high. Now they're lighting handfuls of it, pushing it in through the cracks of the barn. Evidently more straw inside. One of the soldiers has just thrown a torch into this dry brush. It blazes up quickly. And now I can see a red glow inside the barn. It's getting brighter in there as the fire starts to take hold. Yes, I can see Booth in there. I can see him clearly through the cracks. I'm only a few yards away from where he is. The fire is lighting up the whole inside of the barn, almost like day. Yes, I can see Booth standing there, leaning on his crutch, his rifle in his hand, and now he's looking back at the flames behind him. He's limping up toward the door. I think he's coming out. Go ahead, John Daly.
The door is opening. Yes, it is opening. And John Wilkes Booth is now standing there defiantly, silhouetted against a background of flame. But now he's gone behind the door just a step. I can't see. There's a shot. A shot. Booth has fallen to the floor of the barn. Maybe he shot himself. He said he'd never be and alive. Baker and Conger have just rushed into the barn, and the barn is an inferno. It's going up quick. The dry brush has set the dry wood afire, and flames are climbing up into the sky, but they're carrying Booth out now, taking him a little ways up from the barn. Hey, let me through here, will you? Stand down! God won't let me through. A man is blocking my way. Booth is lying on the ground about 15 feet away. He's not dead, but he seems to be in agonizing pain. Blood is running down the back and side of his head. Baker and Conger are bending over him. His lips are moving. He's having difficulty breathing. And now Lieutenant Baker has gotten up. He's coming over this way. Lieutenant Baker! Hey, Lieutenant Baker! How bad is Booth? He's dying. We can't save him. Joe, get the guard over here. Lieutenant, I saw his lips move. What did he say? He said, "Tell my mother I died for my country." He was shot in the head, wasn't he? Yes, behind the ear. And almost the identical spot he shot Lincoln. But was he shot by one of your men, or did he shoot himself? I don't know. That's what I'm going to try to find out now. All right, Joe. Wait a minute. Lieutenant. Are you certain that it's really Booth? Of course it's Booth. Harold said Booth was in the barn with them. Besides, I've identified him positively. You just heard Lieutenant Baker say, without qualification of any kind, that the dying man is John Wilkes Booth. No one around here seems to be very happy. There's no anger, no spirit of revenge. There just seems to be a sense of a grim job that had to be done.
April 26, 1865. John Wilkes Booth, the man who shot Lincoln, is captured and dies.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Good evening. This is Crime Classics. I am Thomas Hyland with another true story of crime. Listen. This is a dream. This is a portent. This is the shape of things to come. A man dreams of walking down a vaulted and empty corridor.
Soldier.
Sir?
Who lies dead here?
Look for yourself, sir. Do you see who it is, sir?
Yes.
Who is it?
It is I.
Tonight, my report to you on the assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
Crime Classics, a series of true crime stories from the records and newspapers of every land, from every time. Your host each week, Mr. Thomas Hyland, connoisseur of crime, student of violence, and teller of murders. Now, once again, Mr. Thomas Hyland.
It was April in 1865, and it was Washington, D.C. A hero had come into the city. His name was Grant, a general of the time who, a few days before, had accepted surrender from another general of the time whose name was Lee. So it was a time of victory celebration, of burning candles for prayer and illumination and thanksgiving, of dancing in the streets, of noises and silences, of reunion, of shrill, of tears. The sounds that mankind makes when something is won or lost forever, or returns, or perishes. That was the sound John F. Parker made as he throws a whiskey bottle against the wall of the room. His friend was happy, too.
Open another bottle, Billy.
Sure, honey. Yeah, here.
Do it.
Now lean back your head.
Slow now. Trickle it. Open! I told her downstairs I didn't want to be disturbed.
Johnny.
Whoever it is,
I'll send him away.
send him away.
Go away. Go away. Go away.
Is John...
Go away.
Get out of my way. Get up, Parker. Williams, you got no right to... Now get up. You woman.
What do you want?
Where's this stuff?
There.
Let's go, Parker. What for? You got duty tonight. Oh, no. You're guarding President Lincoln.
John F. Parker, a member of the Metropolitan Police Force of Washington, the District of Columbia. John F. Parker, a rumpot. He was about 35 years old, and he was married. And the laughing lady you just heard was not his wife. He had been in the Union Army for a little while, but was dismissed from it for the good of the war effort. His record shows that he couldn't hold an assignment to any one beat for any length of time, for reasons ranging from sleeping in an alley on his beat or sleeping in a doorway on his beat. This is a man who was assigned to guard President Lincoln. How did this happen? Simply, Mrs. Lincoln wrote a note.
To Provost Marshal James R. O'Beirne, this is to certify that John F. Parker, a member of the Metropolitan Police, has been detailed for duty at the Executive Mansion by order of Mrs. Lincoln.
Why did Mrs. Lincoln write such a note? No one ever asked her, so I can't say. But we know that John F. Parker, more or less sober, appeared at the White House, and he and Mrs. Lincoln had a small chat.
There are rumors, of course, Mr. Parker. You must have heard them.
Rumors, ma'am?
About Mr. Lincoln.
About Mr. Lincoln, ma'am?
That there are conspirators, and attempts will be made on his life.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am?
Yes, Mr. Parker?
May I ask a question?
Of course.
Why was I selected to bodyguard Mr. Lincoln?
Because...
Mary, prevail upon him. Prevail upon him.
Oh, what's the matter, Mr. Lincoln?
General Grant here.
He's changed his mind.
That's right, Mrs. Lincoln, I have.
Prevail upon him, Mary.
Oh, but surely, General, the people are expecting you. All over Washington, they expect an appearance from you, and at the theater tonight...
It's impossible.
But suddenly you tell us it's impossible. Why?
I'm going home. I'm going to Burlington.
But tomorrow you can go to Burlington.
Tonight.
General...
Ma'am?
Even the newspapers headline your name above Mr. Lincoln's. Surely for such a privilege you would not disappoint...
I've been long from home, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, you have.
Goodbye, Mrs. Lincoln. Mr. Lincoln.
Yes. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It troubles me.
What does?
So suddenly he changed his mind. Strangenesses are...
Mr. Lincoln.
Yes, Mary.
This is your guard. His name is John Parker.
How do you do, sir?
Mr. President.
I did not wish to appear rude, sir. In truth, I did not see you. This,
You may go, Mr. Parker.
Mary.
Oh, what if he won't go to the theater with us? What matter? We'll ask that young couple, that Major Rathbone you seem so at ease with. We'll... What is it, Mr. Lincoln?
Melancholy, worn thin, the infinite sadness.
But there's victory now,
No, listen. You should know it. For it has lain against me for a week now, chill and dread, and I fear it.
What are you trying to say?
I dreamed, and now I must tell you of it, for I can no longer bear the coldness and heaviness of it. I dreamed, and this is what it was. There seemed to be a death-like stillness about me. Then I heard subdued sobs as if a person were weeping. I thought I left my bed and wandered downstairs. There the silence was broken by the same pitiful sobbing, but the mourner wasn't visible. I arrived at the east room, which I entered. There I met with a sickening surprise. Before me was a catafalque on which rested a corpse, wrapped in funeral vestments. Around it were stationed soldiers who were acting as guards. "Who lies dead here?" I asked one of them. He bade me look for myself. And I did. And I saw that it was I who lay there, dead by an assassin. Mary.
You should not have told me of it.
Mary, Mary, Mary.
You should not have told me of it.
Famous man you'll be.
Nah, Millie.
And we'll drink to it. Bartender, hand us back the bottle. Pour me, famous man.
I will. It's such a toast. It's nothing but another duty.
To guard a president. Now we'll drink to it. Everybody! Everybody!
Shush you, Millie.
John here is gonna guard the president.
You just sit down, Millie, and shut up.
Oh, no.
Just drink and shut up.
No. John?
What do you want?
How come I saw in the paper what I did
What are you talking about?
today in the newspaper?
About what?
A report on the telegraph that was in the paper. A newspaper in New York had it that Mr. Lincoln was murdered. He was murdered yesterday.
What?
It's the truth. What it said right in the newspaper, the president had been assassinated.
That's crazy.
Well, I saw it. You get a newspaper. You'll see it, too.
Mischief. That's what it is. Drink your drink.
But it was true. Several newspapers in different sections of the country had it that Mr. Lincoln had been slain, which of course was not so. This was late afternoon of April 14th, and Mr. Lincoln was alive, spending time with Mr. Stanton, his Secretary of War, then with his valet, who attended him while he dressed, then with Mrs. Lincoln. Mr. Lincoln was alive, and in good mood.
How nice you look, Mary.
Thank you, Mr. Lincoln. The carriage is waiting.
And Major Rathbun and his fiancée?
At Senator Harris's home. He'll pick them up.
The young lady is very comely.
Yes. We'll be late.
My arm. Thank you, Mr.
Parker, sir.
Mr. Parker. The driver knows where to go, does he not?
Ford's Theater.
Ford's Theater.
All right, driver.
It was a raw night, and before they reached the theater, it drizzled a little, then stopped. And all over Washington, tens of thousands of candles burned. Backdrop for victory, for celebration, for remembrance. Backdrop for tears. like to speak to you briefly about what I consider to be a fairly uninteresting play. It's called Our American Cousin, a drama in 3 acts by Tom Taylor. There were characters in it with such names as Lord Dundreary, Captain de Boots, Mr. Buddycombe, and Mrs. Mount Chessington. I would like to give you an example of the kind of entertainment the play provided. One of the ladies says,
"Why, Papa, it's a letter from my dear brother Ned. He writes from Brattleboro, Vermont, that he's quite well and just come in from a shooting excursion with a party of crows. Splendid fellows, 6 feet high."
and Lord Dundreary answers to the effect that he is amazed to hear of birds 6 feet high, that they must be tremendous animals indeed. And the actress answers,
"Oh, I see what my brother means. A tribe of Injuns called crows, not birds."
Now, that's not very sparkling, is it? But this is the play that the president elected to see on the night of April 14th, 1865. When he entered the theater with his party, Laura Keene, the actress playing the part of Florence Trenchard, was speaking her lines in an early scene of Act One.
I am fairly out of breath. Good morning, Billy. The letter bag I saw coming. Wilkes coming with it. I thought I could catch him before I reached the house.
Thank you, Mr. Ford. We are always delighted to be guests of your theater.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ford. I'll take care of the president and the major and the ladies.
Where will you sit, Mr. Parker?
There's a chair out here in the hall for me.
You won't find it hard, lady, will you? Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
You sit there in the rocker, Mr. President. Mrs. Lincoln, the major, and you, lady. Right there. And if anybody wants anything, I'll be right outside in the hall.
I thought I could catch him before I reached the house. So off I started. I forgot to ask. Is it in or over? I got over, but the hat got in. I wish you'd fit it out for me. You won't find a part very clean.
Me? Fish for an ass? Don't you take me for an angler?
Give me the letter.
Now, John Parker was a fidgety man, and he knew it. So, to soothe the fidgets, he had a bottle tucked away. It was a dull evening, and John Parker never liked plays anyhow. Just sit, the drone of the play, walk around a little, and notice that a peephole had been bored into the door of the president's box, and not wonder why. Nor wonder why no other boxes were occupied. Just other people enjoying themselves, not him.
Yeah.
Because it was dreary and his bottle was empty. I would like to say that 5 years later, John Parker was fired from the police for falling asleep under a lamppost. Not for leaving the president unguarded, which he did this night. Left the president and went to the bar across the street.
What will you have, sir?
Whiskey. And oysters, dozen.
Yes, sir. Blue Point?
Blue Point.
Barkeep? Be with you
Not in a minute. Immediately.
What about my oysters?
Just a second, sir. What can I do for you, Mr. Booth?
Brandy.
Oh, there's another...
Now.
Here's your money. The change is yours, barkeep.
Thank you, Mr. Booth.
John Wilkes Booth was 27 years old. He was an actor, had achieved some success in Shakespearean roles. A handsome man, a darling of women, a man who sported black flowing ties and an Inverness cape and an ivory-headed cane. It is interesting to note that he had been a member of the Virginia Regiment which captured and executed John Brown. It is interesting to note, too, that his father, who was Junius Brutus Booth, was insane. John Wilkes Booth just passed John Parker and went out of the bar and into the street and walked south for 4 blocks to a livery stable. Here, 2 men waited for him.
Mr. Booth, I thought you wouldn't get here.
Whose name was Louis Payne.
I knew he'd get here. Him.
Whose name was George E. Atzerodt.
Him. Can't stop him. Not John Wilkes. Nobody can.
How does it go, gentlemen? Are we ready?
Not him. Not him, Mr. Booth.
What is this?
He's not going. Shut up. I'll kill him if you say the word, Mr. Booth.
He'll stop. Just leave him alone. He'll stop.
He told me just a moment ago. He said he's not going through with it.
Yes, he will.
I'll kill him if you want me to.
Don't lust too much for killing, Mr. Payne. Kill those who need it. Only those.
Not that I'm afraid, me. No.
Just excited, is that it?
Not going. That's the word.
You see?
Silence, Mr. Payne.
He'll ruin all of it.
Little man. Little man, you would, too. You'd ruin all of it. You know what you have to do. Have to.
No.
Ask him why. Ask
Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne.
But he's got no reasons. Ask him why.
Little man. Little man. Why?
Say, do you... I am at the Kirkwood house, in the room, near the man, near the vice president, near Andrew Johnson.
Yes.
Near him. I see him. Knife and gun I have. Here. And in the room, in the place, he hit on the door, and when he opens the door, shoot him.
Do it.
Or the knife. Or the... No, I can't.
Of course you can.
In my head, I see me doing that to him, and I can't.
Of course you can.
No,
You see? Little man.
Yeah, no.
Listen to him.
Little man.
No.
He's mad.
As each of us is mad, Mr. Payne. Madness suckles us, and the warmth of it goes down easily. You are mad, and I, and the little man. And he, most honestly, the little man.
Are you trying to say that...
You are insane too, Mr. Payne? Is there doubt of it? You are sworn to kill this night Mr. Seward, Secretary of State to this country of evil men. And he... Little man, tonight you will be a hero. And listen, little man, when it is done, when Andrew Johnson is dead, I will give you a present. A thing that sparkles and shines, and you will love it.
Will it be round?
Round. And you will do what I tell you to do. You see, Mr. Payne? Of course you do. Will it be wasted upon the 2 of you if I say, we lie deep in fair darkness, yet at our side, glory. Go. Do what you must. And each of them took a horse from the stable and rode away. This little man, George Atzerodt, became confused and just rode to exhaustion, and he did not kill. And Mr. Payne, he entered the home of Mr. Seward and fractured the skull of Mr. Seward's son and cut the throat of Mr. Seward, so it was feared for a time he would die. And John Wilkes Booth, he rode toward the theater, and a block from it, in a shadow pool that edged the fall of light from a street lamp, Anna Surratt waited there.
John Wilkes,
Yes?
now the time has come. Now what you're going to do will be done.
Yes.
You on your horse there, and the fever in your heart to do this thing. I cannot tell you now again not to do this thing.
No.
A burning,
Yes.
a hating.
Yes.
How do these things find place among all the tenderness of you? I wish I knew, but I cannot.
No.
Oh, I love you.
And now only a small way more, 1 block more, and John Wilkes Booth rode it. And John Parker, bodyguard to the President of the United States, he was still in the same bar where we left him, choking down another tumbler of whiskey, drinking his way into history's oblivion. Then Booth was at the theater.
I'll leave her alone now. You just burned up 4...
Abraham Lincoln, tonight's crime classic, was adapted from the original court reports and newspaper accounts by Morton Fine and David Friedkin. The music was composed and conducted by Bernard Herrmann, and the program is produced and directed by Elliott Lewis.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are those of imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
One old-fashioned, 1 Scotch rocks, a whiskey sour, and a B&B.
Which table?
Number 3.
Miller, Jackson, and Whitaker, right?
That's right. The usual.
Got it.
Oh, and make the Scotch a double.
For Mr. Jackson.
You're learning.
Old man Jackson. Bet he was here before I was born.
As was I.
No offense, William.
None taken.
Who's the whiskey sour for?
Mr. Corrigan has joined them again this evening.
I wonder why.
I expect he wants to learn from the past.
Yeah, but that's all those old guys talk about. The past. He ought to join another club. Someplace that's co-ed at least.
There's no substitute for experience, Daniel. None whatsoever. If you want to learn the ropes, so to speak.
I hear that. Here you go. Shall I run a tab?
Table 3 always runs a tab.
Gotcha.
Bring me another bourbon, will you please, William?
Certainly, sir.
Oh, and some peanuts to go with that.
Yes, sir.
Well, that trumps me. No more cards, gentlemen. You've picked my pockets again.
We play by the honor system, Corrigan. You know you have a line of credit with us.
No, not tonight. Unless you care to let me make that last bid over again.
You don't think that would change anything, do you, Peter? We had you on the ropes 10 minutes ago.
Yes, but if I bid spades instead of hearts...
Wouldn't have made a bit of difference. Trust me, boy.
I do trust you, Mr. Jackson. It was my error. No doubt about that.
You have a point, though. One small detail, a jog to the left instead of the right, say, and things might turn out quite differently.
So true.
Just put the drinks down over there, would you, William?
Of course.
So you're saying?
He's saying that life turns on the finest of points, and I must say I agree.
In a game of cards, yes, but...
Will there be anything else?
Not just now, William.
Very good, sir.
What exactly are you getting at?
Oh, we've all seen it time and again. One vote more or less on the floor, a scandal that might have been avoided, and our current political standings would be quite different. It's a matter of choices as well as luck.
Let's say, Corrigan, that you go back in time.
Yes, and if that were possible, there'd be nothing to stop me from altering the course of history. Is that it?
Imagine this. It's October 1929, the day before the stock market crashed.
If only my grandfather had known about that one.
You know that on the following morning, the securities are going to tumble into an abyss.
And how would I know?
Because you carry with you the knowledge of the present, of what's to come.
Of course.
Of course.
Now, using that prior knowledge, there are 100 things you can do to protect yourself.
But following your logic, I'd be anachronism. They'd spot me right away, probably lock me up, because I don't really belong back there. My clothes, my speech.
It doesn't matter. You'd find a way to pass. The important thing is, once you were there, you could sell your holdings the day before the crash.
As my grandfather should have.
All right, but what if I did, and that very act started the crash a day earlier?
He does have a point.
Though even that's unlikely.
How so?
Hear me out. History tells us that on October 24th, 1929, the bottom dropped out of the stock market. That's a fixed date. October 24th, 1929. It already exists as an event in the history of the 20th century, in our own past. The forces that made us as we are. Ergo, by definition, it can't be altered, not by those of us who are products of those very events. You see?
And I say it can. What's to prevent it?
What would be the mechanism to make it occur? A time machine? Some technology that hasn't been invented yet?
What's the mechanism for human life? Birth and death? Do we understand that? No. But it's real, I assure you.
Jackson's right. What's to prevent me, say, from going to a broker on the morning of October 23rd or October 22nd?
Why go back that far? Yesterday would do nicely. Go to the racetrack with a list of winning horses.
That would be entirely for personal gain. A matter of manipulating numbers. When you're dealing with matters of life and death...
Why else go back to 1929 then? Unless you can think of a reason other than money.
Well, there was a certain little flapper named Louise Brooks.
Well, that was before even your time, Walter.
Alas.
Witness a theoretical argument at the very private Potomac Club in Washington, D.C. The club was founded in 1858, but the argument is occurring in the present between four intelligent men. They're talking about an improbable thing, whether it's possible to go back in time. A friendly debate after a game of cards revolving around a simple issue. Could a human being actually change what has happened before? Interesting and theoretical, because who ever heard of a man going back in time? Until tonight, that is. Because the Potomac Club just happens to be situated not only in Washington, D.C., but somewhere near the edges of the Twilight Zone.
And now, back to our story from the Twilight Zone. Back There, starring Jim Caviezel, with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
There can be no such device according to science.
Don't be so sure. The answer may lie within, rather than from a deus ex machina. Ever hear of black ops?
I've heard of men in black.
Same thing. There's secret funding going on right now, strictly off the books, you understand, to project the minds of CIA agents to other locations. Now, if they can do that, using only brainwaves...
Who says they can do that?
Gentlemen, we've strayed from the subject. The topic is the paradox of time travel.
Oh, we don't even know if it exists.
Care to place a friendly wager on that? Thousands of people disappear every year into thin air. Poof.
Who can say where they go? Maybe they found another place to go. Someplace where they're needed.
What?
Someplace where their talents are useful.
You're all right, my boy.
Yes. I just felt a bit dizzy there.
Happens to me, too. Not enough sleep.
I say where they can make a genuine contribution. I fear that some of us were born too early or too late.
My feelings as well. A man named Charles Fort once said...
What time's it getting to be?
Coming up on 7 o'clock, I should think. What does your watch say?
Closer to 8, actually. Gentlemen, I'm afraid I'll have to leave the subject of time travel to you and H.G. Wells. I'm much too tired to get any more metaphysical than that. And since nobody has ever gone back in time...
Care to place a friendly wager?
Then the whole blame thing is much too theoretical, as far as I'm concerned. See you over the weekend?
If you don't get lost back there, Peter.
Where?
Why, in time, of course.
I'll try not to. Good evening, everybody.
Leaving, Mr. Corrigan?
That's right, William. Good night.
Oh, I'm desperately sorry, sir. I've spilled coffee on your sleeve.
No harm, William. No harm at all.
Oh, that was clumsy of me.
I think I shall survive. I really do.
Let me wipe your jacket.
No need, honestly. I'll see you tomorrow.
Did you have a coat with you, sir?
No, I'm rushing the season a little tonight, William. I felt spring in the air. Came out like this.
Well, April is spring, sir.
It's getting there. What is the date?
April 14th, Mr. Corrigan.
April 14th already? And the year?
I beg your pardon, sir.
I'm just kidding, William. I know what year it is.
Of course, sir.
Well, good night, William. Take care of yourself.
I'll do my best, sir.
Taxi, mister?
No, thanks. I think I'll just walk.
Okay, Mac.
What? What is wrong with me? My head?
Who is it? What do you want?
I need to sit down for a moment. I don't feel well.
And you are?
Peter Corrigan, a guest of Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Jackson?
I was just inside.
No, you were not.
Of course I was.
We are closed this evening.
This is the Potomac Club, isn't it?
It is.
Then let me in. I left something inside.
Now see here, you. The club is closed.
But I just left here a minute ago.
The devil you did. Are you drunk, young man? Is that it?
I am not drunk. I want to see Mr. Jackson.
There is no Mr. Jackson here.
Or Whitaker, or Millard, or William. Let me talk to William. Where is he?
William who?
I don't know his last name. William, what's the matter with you? Where did you come from? And what's the idea of those clothes you're wearing?
As good as your clothes, sir. Now be gone with you.
Hey, come on, open up.
You best get away from here. I'll call the police. Go on. Get out of here.
Carriage, sir.
Carriage? Since when are there carriages in Washington?
Why, since always, sir. May I take you somewhere?
Get away from me. I'll go home. That's it. And sleep it off. I'll go home.
All right. Have a bit of patience. I'm coming. Yes?
Sorry, my key didn't work.
Your key?
Oh, no. Who are you, may I ask?
Mrs. Landers, the landlady.
You're the landlady?
And you, sir?
Is this 19 West 12th Street?
That's right. Whom did you wish to see?
To see?
Which one of our guests, young man?
I used to live here. It's the oldest building in this section of town. I was just wondering if...
How's that?
What I mean is, as I remember it, it was the oldest...
Well, now, really, I can't spend the whole evening standing here talking about silly things like which is the oldest building. If there's nothing else...
Then, do you have a room?
I have, for acceptable boarders. Do you come from around here?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Army veteran?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I am.
Well, come in. I'll show you what I have. Your coat.
What?
Your long coat and your hat. You may leave them by the door.
Of course, I'm not used to it.
Used to what?
The hat. I don't wear a hat very often.
May I inquire as to your business?
I'm an engineer.
Really? A professional man? Well, come upstairs and I'll show you the room.
Not the one on the second floor by any chance at the end of the hall?
Why, yes. How would you know that?
Well, I've heard good reports about your establishment.
I'm planning to repaint it soon.
Oh, don't do that.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I mean, I'd like to see it in its original colors before it is remodeled.
Well, I suppose it will do for a while longer.
I'm sure it's fine.
Off to the play?
That's right, Mrs. Landers.
Dinner at the Willard and then to the play if my husband finds a cab in time.
Well, enjoy yourselves and applaud the president for me.
We'll certainly do that.
Good night, Mrs. Landers.
Good night, my dear. Have a good time. This way, Mr. Corrigan.
What did you say?
What did I say? To whom? When?
To the gentleman in uniform. What did you just say to him?
Now what's the trouble?
You just said something to him about the president.
She told me to applaud him. Where might your sympathies lie?
Yes, young man. Which army were you in?
The Army of the Republic, of course.
Then why make such an issue of applauding President Lincoln? That's his due, is it not?
That and everything else. May the good Lord bless him.
You're going to the play tonight?
We hope to, if my husband stops dawdling.
What theater? What play?
Ford's Theater, of course.
Ford's Theater. Ford's Theater.
Are you all right? I mean, do you feel well, sir?
What's the name of the play?
I beg your pardon?
The play, the one that you're going to see at Ford's Theater. What's the name of it?
Why, it's called Our American Cousin.
And it's April 14th, isn't it? April 14th, 1865. Our American Cousin. And Lincoln's going to be there.
Indeed he is.
Get out of my way.
Really, sir? I'd call your actions most strange.
Where are you going?
I have to stop it. Is this Ford's Theater?
It is. And who might you be?
It doesn't matter. You have to let me in.
Are you the new understudy?
No, I need to get a message to...
Now, you just give me your message and I'll pass it along.
You don't understand. This is a matter of life and death.
I'm sure it is, but only the cast can get through this door.
I'm sorry, I misspoke, you see. I am the new understudy.
Name?
Peter Corrigan, but you won't find it on the list. I'm a last-minute replacement.
Sure. Now, why don't you just tell me your message, and I'll see to it then.
Let me in before it's too late.
You stay back.
I have to get through. President Lincoln is going to be shot tonight.
Oh, President Lincoln, is it? Be gone with you now before I call the police.
You've got to warn him. Tell everybody or the president is going to die.
You shut your lying mouth about the president.
It's going to happen unless you tell the guards.
There. That'll hold you. Now somebody call the police and get this lunatic out of here.
Next.
This one was drunken vagrant, sir.
You again. Hello, Malloy.
Hello, Sergeant. A pleasant evening to you.
Whereabouts?
Right outside the Capitol, sir. Plain as you like. Ready to camp out, it looked like.
That's true, Mr. Malloy.
Oh, just for a few hours it was. Such a nice big lawn they have. I'm sure Mrs. Lincoln wouldn't mind none.
That's the First Lady to you. Let him sleep it off. I can smell it on his breath.
Oh, you needn't trouble yourself. I can sleep out just fine on a spring night like this. The moon and the stars. If certain people would mind their own business.
Come along.
Next.
This one, sir.
I fancy Dan with too much money in his pockets, huh? What's he done?
Nothing except trying to save the country from grief.
You best hold your tongue.
I demand you let me out of here right now.
The sergeant told you to...
While you two idiots are arguing, you're gonna lose a president.
He's got a mouth on him, doesn't he?
That's what he's been yelling all the way over to the station. And that's what the doorman at Ford's Theater popped him on the head for. Tried to pound his way right through the stage door, yelling some kind of crazy things about President Lincoln going to get shot.
He will be shot tonight in the theater. A man named Booth.
And how would you be knowing this?
Never mind. I'm telling you the truth. Now, will you stop wasting time and do something about it?
I suppose you've been to one of them seances, some kind of seer or wizard or something with all the fashion these days. Stuff and nonsense, if you ask me.
I only know what I know. If I told you how I know, you wouldn't believe me.
So, you don't want to answer the question?
Look, Keep me here if you like. Lock me up, but do something.
Good idea. Turnkey, let this one sleep it off too.
Come along. This way.
You boobs had better hear me out! Somebody get to the president's box at the Ford Theater! Either keep him out of there, or put a cordon of men around him! A man named John Wilkes Booth is going to assassinate him tonight!
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
My card. The name is Wellington, Sergeant. Jonathan Wellington.
Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Wellington?
That man you just had incarcerated, Mr. Corrigan, I believe he said his name was?
Drunk, sir. That's probably what he is.
Drunk or perhaps ill. I wonder if he could be remanded in my custody. He might well be a war veteran. If so, I'd hate to see him placed in jail.
Well, that's real decent of you, Mr. Wellington.
The least I could do for one of our own. A survivor of the Great Conflagration.
You see, you want him remanded in your custody?
Precisely. I'll be fully responsible.
Fully?
I think perhaps I might be able to help him. I myself am a veteran, you see. I know the torment that lives on in a man's soul after returning to civilian life. It is a horror, not easily laid to rest.
All right, sir, if that's what you like. But I'd be careful of this one if I was you. There's a mighty bunch of crackpots running the streets these days, and many of them his-like. Many of them dangerous, too, sir.
I must accept that risk.
Turnkey, have Corrigan brought back out here. This gentleman's going to look after him. It's real decent of you, sir. Real decent indeed.
I'll be outside. Have him brought out to me, if you would.
I will indeed, sir. Next?
Begging your pardon, Sergeant.
What is it?
About that Corrigan, sir.
What about him?
Well, wouldn't it be wise, sir, if...
If what?
Well, he seems so positive, sir. So sure. About the president, I mean.
What would you have us do? Send all available police to the Ford Theater? And on what authority? On the word of some demented fool who probably left his mind someplace back in Gettysburg.
I only thought...
If I was you, mister, I'd be considerably more thoughtful at sizing up situations. You'll not advance 1/2 grade the next 20 years. Now be good enough to stand aside and let me get on with my work.
Sergeant, it wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt if what?
I was going to suggest, sir, that if perhaps we placed an extra guard in the box with the president.
The president has all the guards he needs. He's got the whole federal army at his disposal, and if they're satisfied with the arrangements for his protection, then I am too, and so should you be. Next.
Take this glass of wine. It'll help you relax.
Thank you.
Feel better?
One question.
Yes?
Who are you?
At the moment, I'm your benefactor, and apparently your only friend. Turkish cigarette?
I don't smoke. Why did you take me out of the police station?
I'm in the government service. But as a young man in college, I dabbled in medicine of a sort.
Medicine?
Medicine of the mind.
A psychiatrist.
What?
Or what were they called before that? An alienist.
I don't know either term, but your symptoms do interest me.
What symptoms?
The story you were telling about the president being assassinated.
What time is it?
7:45. The play won't start for another 45 minutes. This time...
Precious little.
What gave you the idea that the president would be assassinated?
I happen to know, that's all.
You have a premonition?
I have a lot more than a premonition. Lincoln will be assassinated, and the course of history will be changed. Unless somebody tries to prevent it.
I agree that such an event would change history. And very dramatically. As would an event that does not happen. That, too, can change the world.
Then do something.
Very well. I shall try to prevent it, if you can convince me that you're neither drunk nor insane.
If I told you what I was, you'd be convinced I am insane. So all I'm going to tell you is that I happen to know for a fact that a man named John Wilkes Booth will shoot President Lincoln with a pistol in Ford's Theater. I don't know what time it's going to happen. That's something I forgot, but...
Something you forgot?
Listen. Please.
What's the matter?
I think I better sit down.
Take my handkerchief. That bruise on your head hasn't been treated properly. You'd best cover it.
That's That's odd.
What is?
I'm so faint all of a sudden. So weak. It's almost as if I were...
As if you were what?
As if I suddenly got drunk, or something else. I've never felt like this before.
Yes?
The wine. You devil. You drugged me. You drugged me, didn't you? You drugged me.
I was forced to, my young friend. You're a very sick man, and a sick man doesn't belong in jail. He belongs in a comfortable accommodation where he can sleep and rest and regain his composure, his rationale. Rest, Mr. Corrigan. I'll be back soon.
Please, you've got to believe me. Lincoln's going to be shot tonight.
And that's extremely odd, because perhaps I'm beginning to believe you. Good night, Mr. Corrigan. Rest well.
No! Please. Let me out of this room. It's true. All of it. I know that the President of the United States is going to be assassinated tonight.
Stand aside.
There's no need to break it down, officer. I have an extra key. Oh, good Lord!
Are you all right, sir? What's happened here?
What time is it? You've got to tell me the time.
It's 10:35. Come on, Corrigan. Tell me what you know. You may be a madman or a drunk.
I'm neither.
But you convinced me. I've been everywhere from the mayor's office to the police commissioner's home, trying to get a special guard for the president.
And do they agree?
Not one.
Then go yourself.
But I don't have the authority.
Find out where he's sitting and get right up alongside him. That's the way it happened. Shot from behind. And then the assassin jumps from the box to the stage, and he runs out of the wings.
You're telling me this as if it has already happened.
It has happened. It happened 100 years ago, and I've come back here to see that it doesn't happen this time. Where's the man who brought me here? Where's Wellington?
Wellington? There's no one here by that name.
You're mistaken.
Well, I'm the chambermaid, and if he lived, he'd know about it.
Tell me there's no one here by that name. He brought me in here. He lives in this room. Look, this is the handkerchief he gave me.
Let me see that.
No Wellington, I'm positive.
I tell you, his name was...
See for yourself. The initials on the handkerchief.
JWB.
That's right. Mr. John Wilkes Booth lives in this room, and that's what brought you here.
Booth? He said his name was Wellington. That's why he drugged me.
Drugged, sir?
He gave me wine and drugged me. He didn't want me to stop him. He's the one who's going to do it.
Surely not, sir. Not Mr. Booth.
Listen, officer, you've got to get to that theater. You've got to stop him. John Wilkes Booth. He's going to kill Lincoln. Will you leave here at once and stop him? Will you, please?
Wait, what's that outside?
The president's been shot.
President Lincoln's been assassinated.
Lincoln is dying.
Oh, saints preserve us.
Oh, dear God. You were right. You did know. Oh, my dear God.
I tried to tell you. I tried to warn you. And one most important thing I've ever tried to do in my life. God, I failed. I failed. Why didn't anybody listen? Why? Why didn't anyone listen to me?
Good evening, Mr. Corrigan. Did you forget something, sir?
What? Forget something?
You just left a moment ago, sir. I thought you forgot something.
A moment ago?
Yes, sir.
Where's William?
William, sir? There's no attendant named William here.
And this is the Potomac Club?
Of course it is, sir. The oldest club in Washington, as you well know.
I want to go back to the card room.
By all means.
Well, invest in new technology all you like, but I stand by a traditional portfolio.
Nonsense. The digital revolution has rendered the old methods obsolete.
As am I, gentlemen, and yet I keep on ticking.
Diversifying is the key. Muni bonds, long-term certificates, real estate holdings.
Ah, back so soon, Pete.
Couldn't stay away.
Come on over and join this bull session. It has to do with the best ways of amassing a fortune. What are your tried and true methods?
We were talking about time travel, about going back in time.
Oh, that's old hat. We're on a new tack now. Money, and the best ways to acquire it.
Listen, all of you. I want to tell you something.
Of course, old man. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Then sit down and listen to a lot of palaver from some self-made swindlers.
Who's the fourth man?
Why, I think you know him. You most certainly do. Turn around so Corrigan here can see you.
Hello, Peter.
William? Is that you?
William here has the best method of all.
Oh, yes. My method for achieving security is by far the best, with an absolute minimum of risk. Not at all, in fact. You simply inherit it. It comes to you in a beribboned box.
William, those clothes, you look like...
Yes?
A rich man. You, a very rich man.
Well, that's because I am, of course.
But how?
I was telling the boys, Corrigan, my great-great-great-grandfather was on the police force here in Washington on the night of Lincoln's assassination. He went all over town trying to warn people that something dire might happen.
He was a patrolman?
A lowly officer of the law.
Yes, of course, and he looked a bit like you.
Well, there is one surviving photograph. A slight resemblance, perhaps. In any event, exactly how he figured out that the president would be shot, nobody seems to know. The explanation, if there is one, is certainly not a matter of record, but because there was so much surrounding publicity, people never forgot him. He became a police chief, then a councilman, did some wheeling and dealing in land, and became a millionaire. And after that, well, the family fortune only grew. Now then, what do you say we get back to our bridge, gentlemen?
Corrigan was going to tell us something.
Well, what was it you wanted to say?
William, you don't work here as an attendant?
Fancy that.
Not ever. And didn't you spill coffee on me?
Spill it? Where?
On my jacket. Here.
But there's no spot on your jacket.
You're right, there's not.
Listen, old chum, I was a member of this club while you were still going to prep school. I'm certainly not a snob, but, well, sir, an attendant? I really must protest.
Your cards, gentlemen.
In the matter of time travel.
Not a very fruitful subject.
I just wanted to say that I've made a discovery. Some things can be changed, and others can't. The most important ones, the ones that alter the world too profoundly. It must be that such matters are in hands greater than ours, because otherwise the present couldn't exist. Not in any form that we might recognize or even be a part of.
Just as you say, Pete. I bid one spade.
Excuse me, gentlemen, I must get back home.
Of course. Till next time.
Take care, boy. I bid 2 hearts.
Strange mood he's in tonight.
Looks piquant, doesn't he?
A bit. I wonder what's the matter with him.
Gentlemen, I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Now, let's get down to business. The bid?
Good night, Mr. Corrigan.
Wait.
Yes, sir?
How long have you worked here?
At the Potomac. It's been 17 years now.
And when I left the first time a few minutes ago, you remember that?
Certainly.
You were the attendant who saw me out.
Why, yes, sir.
I see.
Will there be anything else?
I guess not. Well, good night, then.
Need a cab, mister?
What? Oh, no. I'm afraid I'll have to find my own way home tonight.
Whatever you say, Mac.
Mr. Peter Corrigan lately returned from a place known only as Back There, a journey into time with highly questionable results, proving on the one hand that the threads of history are woven tightly and that the skein of events cannot be undone, and on the other hand that there may be small fragments of the tapestry that can be altered, however unpredictable the final result. Our thesis to be taken as you will in the Twilight Zone.
Back There, starring Jim Caviezel, with Stacy Keach as your narrator, was adapted for radio by Dennis Etchison and based on a script by Rod Serling. Heard in the cast were David Darlow, Rich Kominick, Roderick Peoples, Doug James, Peter DeFaria, Peggy Roeder, Turk Muller, Maria Stevens, Tony Castile, Roger Wolski, Christian Stolte, Carl Amari, and Natalia Reed. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to obtain audio cassettes and CDs of these programs, visit our website at twilightzoneradio.com. This copyrighted radio series is produced and directed by Carl Amari and Roger Wolski for Falcon Picture Group. Doug James speaking.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. How many authors, scientists, philosophers, and just plain folk like us have toyed with the idea of time as a fourth dimension? Theory upon theory, from the magnetic fields that open windows from our everyday world to other worlds of the past or future, to the conception of all periods in time running concurrently like parallel rivers. That last, the theorem of Professor Jennings Andrews, who believed one had only to find the bridges to cross at will among the centuries between the past and the present, or from today to tomorrow.
Hello, Steve McDonald speaking.
Mac, it's Professor Andrews. Could you drop everything you're doing and come over to my house right away?
Well, sure, sir, but what's wrong? It isn't...
No. Our girl is fine. It's just that it's time to... Mac, I've got to share my secret with someone, and who else but you?
Your secret, sir?
Mac, I think I've done it. The discovery of the centuries. In fact, I know I have.
You're not talking about the bridge.
Yes, but only to you. No one else must know until I can prove it beyond doubt. But I'm convinced. I have built a bridge across time.
Our mystery drama, Assassination in Time, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars William Redfield and Jennifer Harmon. It is sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, Brewers of Budweiser, and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One.
Somebody still cares about quality. To the Budweiser people, that's a lot more than just words. It's a commitment to continue brewing Budweiser the way it's always been brewed. With care, with pride, without compromise. And it's a promise to everyone who enjoys great beer that there's one thing they'll always be able to count on. That one-of-a-kind, Beechwood-aged Budweiser taste. A taste that speaks for itself, loud and clear. Hear it talking?
And when you say Bud, you say you care enough to only want the king of beers. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
There's plenty of excitement at Northwest Federal Savings these days. It's a harvest hoedown of gifts. A regular foot-tap and hand-clapping collection of bright ideas for the fall season. And they're free or at greatly reduced prices when you save $250 or more. So swing around to the great Northwest Territory At any one of the 4 savings centers, you'll find name brands like Waring, GE, Corning, and Presto. Choose from juicers, portable radios, automatic casseroles, and electric percolators, just to name a few. And for saving $50, you can start sewing up Christmas accessories ahead of time with famous Fusilla needlecraft kits, a beautiful leisure fun offer available far below retail cost. Remember, your savings will earn the highest interest rates allowed by law. So join the hoedown, everyone. At Northwest Federal, the gifts are free and the savings fun. In Chicago on Irving Park, in Des Plaines, in Norridge, and a new location in Arlington Heights.
It's Northwest Federal Savings Time, 63 hours a week.
Professor Jennings Andrews may be a familiar name to you, even if you're not interested in the field of metaphysics. For some years now, he has been immersed in a secret project for which unlimited funds have been granted by a top foundation. He has become almost a recluse, except for his daughter Margaret, who runs his house for him, and his prized graduate student Steve McDonald. He has been virtually inaccessible, even in the past weeks, to them. Both of them are worried now as Mac presses the doorbell at his house in answer to the professor's elated phone call.
Mac!
Peg, darling, how are you, sweetie?
Worried to death, if you want to know. Ever since you phoned me about Dad's phone call.
Well, where is he?
In his lab. Come on in. Into the living room for a minute.
Well, honey, any other time, but my master's voice has
Before
called.
you see Dad, I must talk to you, Mac. I'm worried.
But, Peg,
I won't keep you a moment. He doesn't know you're here yet.
Well, he must have heard the doorbell.
Back there in the lab? Not a chance. He's so tied up in what he's doing, I have to hammer on the door just to get him to come out and eat his meals.
What is he working on?
Sit down for a moment, Mac. And hold me.
Oh, I don't generally have to be asked. Hey, your hands are like ice. You got the shakes.
I have this churning gut feeling. Maybe he's going around the bend.
The professor? Oh, come on, forget it.
No, Mac. You've been away for a few months. You don't know what's been going on.
Okay. Just clue me in.
I don't know how to. Maybe I don't know what it is he's after, except in a general way.
All right, so maybe the best thing to do is let me see him as fast as I can and find out.
I know. Except, darling, the two of you are such dedicated nuts in this area. I'm scared when you get together, you both might flip out.
Oh, what area?
His old obsession. I don't know any of the scientific terms. Time travel, fourth, fifth, Lord knows how many dimensions. Science fiction dreams. Whatever he's got between his teeth, he's not letting go of this one. And I don't like to see what it's doing to him.
All right. Now, look, let me go talk to Pops and find out just what the devil it is he's messing around with.
Make me one promise. Don't get involved with any of his experiments without checking me out first.
Oh, Peg.
Promise me that.
I promise.
Okay. It's just an anchor. I just hope it'll hold after you and Pops have talked together. I'm just scared. As much as I've ever been in my life.
Professor! Hey, Pop! Hey, Professor!
Oh, I'm sorry, Mac. I didn't hear you. I was monitoring by ear as well as eye. Well,
Yeah.
Come in.
All right.
I'm trying to get him stabilized, you see. I don't know where he is.
He? Who's he?
Marco Polo.
What? Oh, who?
Marco Polo. Well, the humanoid or robot or whatever you want to call him stretched out on the astronaut's couch inside that isolation room there. I called him Marco Polo because he... Yes, but of course you can't see him now.
Well, of course I can, Professor. There's nothing there.
Although... Of course there's nothing there. I have him back in time now. But you can see the shape of his body where the restraining straps were pulled tight to hold him fast.
Well, now, wait. I can see they're sort of shaped as though they were bound around something, but there's nothing inside. I mean, look, what's the trick? What holds them up like that? Some kind of magnet?
Mac, that whole booth there inside is a magnetic field. There's a lead mesh buried in the glass so fine, so highly concentrated that no radio or electromagnetic waves can escape.
And you mean that's what holds those belts in those contours?
No. That's Marco Polo's body.
You mean he's invisible?
Well, something like that. You can't see him, but in one sense he is there. But in another, there we are. He's arrived. Now, to activate him.
Wait a minute. Arrived? Where?
That's the only thing I haven't quite solved yet, because his functions are limited, you see. From what he's been able to bring back, I can only make educated guesses. My best estimate would be this time somewhere in the Middle Ages. But North America, I hope, on the East Coast, if possible. He might be able to bring back some trace of Indian habitation.
No, wait a minute. Wait. Are you trying to tell me that mass of knobs and buttons and switches that you're operating are controlling some sort of robot that you've sent time traveling?
Well, of course I am.
But, Professor, that's crazy.
Why?
That's cartoon science fiction.
Oh, Mac, you're the last person I'd expect to find with a closed mind. Son, I tell you, I've scored a major breakthrough so incredible that it's going to rock the scientific world.
Hey, Pops, now take it easy. Remember your blood pressure.
Yeah, now you sound like Margaret. She's been hovering over me these days like a mother hen.
Well, I can't blame Peg for worrying about you. She feels that you're just about to... Hey, what? Wait a minute. Oh, what's that?
That's Marco Polo. He must be in trouble. It's a built-in alarm mechanism. Cut off that knife switch on the red panel.
Roger. All right, I got it.
Okay. Now keep your eyes on that isolation booth. Watch the launching cable with the straps that interested you so. Now you're going to find out what holds them in that shape.
Well, by damn, he's there. Just as you said he'd be.
Yep. It's a good thing he's only a humanoid, or all I'd have brought home through time would have been a dead man. You see what's sticking out of his chest?
Yes, an arrow.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting better. I may have missed by a century or two, but at least I got the place pretty near right.
Dad? Mac, are you all right?
It's fine, honey. There's nothing to worry about.
No problems, honey. I don't want her in here yet.
Yeah, but Pop, she's already...
Dad, open this door and let me in.
But I can't, honey. Now, be reasonable. I'm in the midst of an experiment.
Look, she's got to find out sometime.
I don't want her to know until I've talked this through with you. But after this...
You mean our friend with the arrow in him?
Yeah. What I had in mind is too risky.
Look, Professor, give me a moment with Peg to cool her down, and I'll be right back to talk it out.
No, Mark. It's too much to ask of anyone. I should never have thought
look,
of it.
Pops, I want to go. It's like being the first man on the moon.
Oh, son, but there's too much danger.
No, not when a human being is involved. Poor old Marco there has only a built-in reactor to danger after it happens to him. A human could anticipate it and could, just get out of it in time. If you'll excuse the pun.
I don't know, Mark. I'd go myself, but to orient you to the panels and all the controls and just how to balance and counterweigh them, well, that would take months.
No, the right one to go is me. There's only one hitch that I can see.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you're going to have to actually replace someone who has already existed in history.
Yeah.
And that may control just where you end up. But remember, if it puts you in any danger, or it's too difficult to maintain the deception, just activate the danger signal and I'll have you right out of it.
If I am myself, Now maybe I'll really be that other person, and all my today identity will be wiped out. Then what happens to whoever it is or was, well, they might turn up here in the present.
Ah, yes, but you see, that was the purpose of the strap.
But nobody ever did when you sent old Marco Polo on his travels.
Because he wasn't a living creature, just a machine.
Oh.
Still, might interfere with your return. It is a large hitch, you're right. And I have no right to ask you to take the risk.
You don't have to ask me, Pops. I'm ready and straining at the bit. The hitch is your daughter and my girl, Peg. I don't know how I'm going to talk her into letting me try it.
I honestly think you're both kooky.
Peg, this is a breakthrough in science that's going to make your father a figure in history that dwarfs Newton, Einstein...
And you have to be a part of it. If I opposed you on this, if I stopped you, you'd never forgive me.
Oh, now, no, don't put it that way, hon.
I'm putting it the way it is. Our whole future depends on you taking a trip into the past from which you may never return.
Oh, there's practically no chance of that.
No, Mac, no hedging. Just like it is. Okay, you can have your trip, but on one condition.
What?
That I go with you.
Well, guess we're all ready. The strap's too tight?
Mine are fine.
Same here.
Margaret, are you all right, dear?
I have butterflies, and no, I'm not all right. I took one peek in the mirror, and I look like Grandma Moses. Between this Mother Hubbard and my hair pulled back in a bun.
Well, we can't look too modern. I mean, look at me with the tousled hair and the half-baked beard and the blue jeans.
Well, I'm aiming for somewhere as soon after the American Revolution as possible.
Why pick that period?
Well, because it's easier, I think, honey. You could be farmers. Your accents are East Coast and not regional. There should be no language barrier. And you know enough American history to help blend in.
And besides, it's our bicentennial year. What a way to celebrate and kick off a new miracle in science, huh?
You have the gold nuggets. It's the best I could do for money.
We're fine, Pop.
What are we waiting for?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't risk you two kids.
Look, Dad, that's all buttoned up now.
All right, then. Good luck, kids.
Thumbs up.
I'm at the board now. I'm about to activate the field inside your room. Check me if there's any discomfort.
Roger, Pop.
You all okay?
No reaction here. Everything normal.
How is it now?
Fine, Dad, fine. But for Pete's sake, let's get this show on the road.
All right, here goes. God help me to be in the right and to bring them to no harm.
On the road, but to where? Inside the isolation booth, the magnetic field builds, warping time and forcing an opening through it. A window or a door that leads to another world. And suddenly, Mac and Peg are gone. Only this time, in their places, lie a strange young man and woman, still and as unmoving as death. I'll return shortly with Act 2.
A visit to your nearby True Value hardware store can help you start something, anything, battery-operated. They have a big selection of Rayovac heavy-duty supercell batteries in a wide range of sizes. These heavy-duty supercells will last far longer than regular batteries, so they'll keep your camera, radio, tape recorder, calculator, toys, and all battery-operated devices working longer, up to 110% longer than ordinary batteries. And Rayovac backs all of these heavy-duty supercells with their guarantee. If these batteries should leak and damage any device in which they're used, Rayovac will fix or replace that device free of charge. So, If you want to start something, anything battery-operated, get the battery you can depend on. Rayovac Heavy-Duty Supercells. The wide selection of long-lasting Rayovac heavy-duty supercell batteries is just another one of the many values you'll find at the participating True Value hardware store near your home.
Through the lead-shielded glass, the professor peers at the two unmoving strangers bound by the straps to the couches. Reflexively, he takes a quick series of pictures with a special camera built into the booth. Because of the tightly woven mesh, it is hard to distinguish features, but both man and woman are dressed in nightshirts. Or are they shrouds? But other questions crowd the professor's head. Have Mac and his daughter replaced these two? If so, in what century? What year? What place? And alive or dead?
Mac! Mac! Wake up!
Why... Peg?
Well, that's just great. You make a dishonest woman of me, and you don't even know who I am.
What do you mean?
Just in case you haven't noticed, we seem to be in bed together.
What? You're right.
But where? Where are we?
Well, I don't know. And while it's question time, what are you doing with that silly cap on your head?
What cap? Wait a minute. Good Lord, I look like the old woman who lived in the shoe.
And in that long flannel nightie, you look like you're well on the way to adding to that family.
I'm coming back to bed.
You shameless hussy.
Ooh, freezing. Ooh, you don't know how cold it is outside the blankets. Hold me.
There. Is that better?
Ooh, I guess. Yes.
Well, now let's see. We seem to have replaced two other people in the year of our Lord, whatever it is. Say, look.
What?
There's a fireplace and some logs. I'm going to light us a fire and get the chill off this place. Well, how about that? Carpet slippers.
There's a robe at the bottom of the bed.
Yeah, I see it.
Any way to light the fire?
Yes, but hold your breath.
Why?
Old phosphorus matches. Lethal as all hell to breathe and probably stink to high heaven. Anyway, here goes. They work, though. Ooh. Wow. Phew. I'll open the window a little. Here.
Are we in the country?
Nope. City of some sort.
Is it very early in the morning?
No, the sun's up.
I wonder where we are.
Well, at least we know it's somewhere past the early 19th century.
How?
Well, matches weren't invented. At least the phosphorus match wasn't till like the 1830s. Hey, I think I can tell you where we are.
Where?
Come over to the window and look for yourself.
It's marvelous. It's like Philadelphia.
No, wait a minute. Look out over there. Almost due south.
Oh, why, sure. Even with that scaffolding around it, I can see what it is. It's the dome of the Capitol. So we're in Washington.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Let me think. The old dome was, the original one was copper over wood.
Not this baby. That's cast iron. It must be the same one we have today. Only today isn't today. It's what, Peg? When did they replace the dome?
Oh, brother. It's a good thing I've been teaching history in school this year. Let's see. They started it in 1856, I think. And it took nearly 10 years to complete, or 9, I guess.
And it's darn near finished, so that would make it about, 1864, around there?
Well, it wasn't finished till 65. I don't know exactly when. Oh, Mac, look. That must be the monument.
What, the Washington Monument? Oh, no, it's less than a third the size.
Well, they stopped work on it for about 25 years. Well before the Civil War. Look at that, Mac.
Union soldiers. Civil War, all right. We're right back in the middle of history in the making. Oh, honey, we can't pass this up.
Yes, but, Mac, darling, it's all out of whack now. Don't you see? We aren't us anymore. I mean, we're someone else, and we don't even know who. We haven't even got clothes.
I'll bet we do. Now, let's have a look in that closet. And there's a carpet bag on the chair. And there's a jacket there, too. So there must be a wallet or some kind of identification.
But what good would that do? I mean, even if they fitted us, how could we pretend to be someone else to people who must know us and would recognize us right away?
Mr. and Mrs. Downing?
Well, at least now we know our names. Yes?
It's your landlady. May I come in?
Well, I'm afraid I'm just dressing at the moment.
Oh, I am sorry. It was just that I didn't have a chance to meet you when you arrived last night. I hope my daughter saw you comfortably settled.
Why, yes, everything is most comfortable.
I didn't mean to bother you, but Anne said she had such a brief acquaintance with you that she had little chance to inform you about the habits of our little boarding house.
Boarding house?
I just wanted to let you know that we serve breakfast in the dining room on the main floor between 8 and 9.
Oh, what time is it now?
Just 7:45. I and the other guests will look forward to meeting you formally then. And forgive me if I've disturbed you.
Not at all. You've been most helpful.
Ask her name.
Not at all. See you later.
Mrs. No, it's too late, Peg. She's gone.
Okay. This is our chance.
Our chance for what?
To see what we can do about establishing our new identities. To find out if we can risk going down to breakfast and get away with being who we're supposed to be over 50 years before either of us were born. Let's, with apologies to the real Mr. and Mrs. Downing, pour through their possessions and find out just who we're supposed to be.
You look like Claudette Colbert or Joan Crawford in one of those old TV reruns of Hollywood movies.
More like Vivian Leigh.
You mean Scarlett O'Hara. I can't make up my mind whether you look more like a dinner bell, a tea cozy, or a pincushion.
Okay, laugh all you want. But it isn't funny. I mean, I have a wire cage on under this skirt and about 8 petticoats. Oh, can you hook me up the back?
Oh, sure. And I don't know what you're ashamed of. You look beautiful in a crinoline.
I'm ashamed of someone else's clothes, someone else's identities, and prying into other people's private, intimate business. That's what I'm ashamed of. These two tragic people, guilty of nothing but loving each other and trying to expiate their sin with a suicide pact.
It's another era, Peg. That was their solution.
Was?
Well, is, of course. These two tragic people of yours are us. I mean, we're living their lives. Maybe we better cut and run. Are you afraid?
I'm afraid of everything about this whole mysterious, out-of-this-world adventure. But we're not going back till you make up your mind it's time to. I've forced myself on you, made you let me come along. I'm not going to be a drag on you.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you finished hooking yet?
I think. There must be like 50 of them.
I wonder where they are. I mean the Downings.
Oh, you mean Asa and Rebecca. Only her name isn't really Downing, remember. It's Mrs. Charlton Fryer.
Poor Becky. Married to that horrible husband who won't let her go to marry Asa. Oh, my God. Do you suppose they've done it yet?
Killed themselves? I don't see how. The pistols are here and still loaded.
Then where are they?
Well, if we're taking their place...
Then they're in our century, taking our place.
Yes, I guess that's the way it would work. Not necessarily,
That wouldn't put Dad in any danger, would it?
No, I don't see how it could. Not the way he had us strapped to the table.
It means one thing, though. We can't stay here too long.
What do you mean?
Until we go back, Dad can't go into the isolation booth, and the two of them would starve to death, unless, as I said, they're already dead.
I don't see how they can be. Or we would be, too. Are we going to risk it?
Well, we look enough like them in the photos we saw.
And remember, only the landlady's daughter has seen us, briefly, and she's not here. Yes?
I thought maybe you didn't have a watch and wouldn't realize what time it is.
Well, just a moment. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
As a matter of fact, we don't have the time.
Well, I certainly didn't mean to bedevil you, but it's near the end of breakfast, so... Oh, my. Aren't you a pretty little thing? Just as my daughter said you were. And such a handsome husband. Newlyweds, I'd reckon.
Well,
Oh, don't mind me. Come on along. I'll take you downstairs. Will you be stopping with us long?
Why,
We really can't tell. Just long enough to find our own place.
Of course, I understand. You're not with the Army, Mr. Downey?
Not now.
Well, I can assure you, ma'am, these clothes feel very strange to me.
Oh, so you must have been. Oh, well, we should let that be. It's no fit subject for discussion now. General Lee has surrendered and the war is over.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the dining room. Make yourselves comfortable. These seats be all right?
Oh, just fine, thanks.
What line of work are you in, Mr. Downey?
My husband is a builder.
Oh, that's right, fine. We'll be needing a lot of you in the days and years to come, especially in the South. Or perhaps your sympathies don't lie in that direction.
My sympathies are for the Union, madam, and by that I mean the whole country, North and South.
Well, I'm sorry you won't be meeting any other boarders since it's late, but you'll meet the whole little family at dinner. Save for my son, John, who's away on business. Well, dinner's at noon. Now, anything else I can get you while breakfast's on the way?
Oh, why, yes. Do you have a newspaper by any chance?
Oh, there's a copy of the National Intelligencer right there on the sideboard.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Oh, I'm embarrassed, but not having met you in person last night, your name has escaped me.
Well, Lord knows it's not that special anyone should remember it. I'm a widow lady named Mary Surratt. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get your food.
Surratt! Mac, get the paper.
Sure.
What date is it?
Let me see. April 13th, 1865. That makes today the 14th. But what? Oh, my God.
April 14th. The day John Wilkes Booth assassinated President Lincoln at Ford's Theater.
And we're in Mary Surratt's boarding house, the spot where the whole plot was hatched.
If you or I had been in the position of knowing without a shadow of a doubt the dreadful thing that was to happen on this day, what would we have done? And how? That's the question that faces Peg Andrews and Steve McDonald, time travelers who have it in their power to change history. I'll return shortly with Act 3.
In certified land, find a helping hand. They'll give you service like no one can. Your fruits and vegetables are delectables with Raggedy Ann. 'Cause Raggedy Ann means more quality. In jar, bottle, or can, you see. Everything tastes just grand with Raggedy Ann.
Imagine 15 pairs of Kinney shoes free for your family. Win first prize in Certified's Golden Value Sweepstakes, and you'll win 15 pairs of famous Kinney shoes. 676 pairs of shoes will be given away. 533 prizes. To enter, print your name and address on a certified cash register tape or a 3x5 card. Nothing to buy. Use entry box in participating stores. Winners selected at random. Chances of winning dependent on the number of entries. Contest closes October 12th, void where prohibited, and Country's Delight milk cartons have coupons good for $1 off on any pair of Kinney shoes priced at $8.99 or more. Enter today and certify. This is WBBM, Chicago News Radio 78, 11:08 our time, 51 at Midway.
It was an uneasy, uncomfortable, and seemingly endless breakfast. If Mrs. Surratt noticed Peg and Mac's agitation, she no doubt would have put it down to the fact that she had decided they were newlyweds. Finally, after choking down as much as they could of the ham and eggs, hominy grits, and tea, they were able to break away.
Why, you two little lovebirds only nibbled at your breakfast.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Surratt.
Oh, I understand. I'm not so old I don't remember my wedding breakfast. I was a mite nervous, too.
I wonder if you'd excuse me. I'd like to go back to our room.
Oh, of course. I can quite understand your wanting to be alone. But I'll make sure you get called early enough to meet everyone and eat a good dinner at noon.
Oh, perhaps you'd better not expect us for dinner today.
No? Visiting friends here in Washington?
No, we just want to have a picture taken and take care of a few errands, like going to the bank.
Oh, Lord, don't you worry about that. I can see you're the kind to be trusted. But if you're having a picture taken, let me recommend Gardner's Studio. He takes all the honeymooners. And for the times, his prices are reasonable.
Well, we'll remember that. And now, if you'll excuse us, we have a few things to straighten out.
What are we going to do, Mac?
What can we do? We've got to try and stop it.
How?
Well, that's where you can help. Now, how much can you remember of the day of the assassination and the plot? Where people were, who was involved, all of that.
Let's forget that for the moment. We've something a lot more immediate to talk about.
What?
You remember what Dad told us before he sent us back in time? We can't interfere with anything or change anything because everything that had happened back where we were in 1975 depended on everything that had gone before it. So if we stop something major happening in 1865...
No, major or minor, it would have to affect the time stream. That's what you mean?
Yes. If President Lincoln hadn't been shot, our whole history would have been different.
Which maybe wouldn't have been a bad idea. I can think of a lot of things we could have done without. Wars, depressions.
Oh, there are a lot of things that were good, too. Like us, for example. You and me. If we try to change your time stream or whatever, we could never have met or even existed.
But, Peg, we're together now. And there are other theories.
Only if we could somehow stop Mr. Lincoln's death. We'd be signing our own death warrants.
How?
Well, you know what Rebecca wrote in her diary? The farewell note she left to her husband telling him of what she and Asa planned to do. Have her shoot him and then die by his hand. If we lock ourselves back here in time, we're signing our own death warrants.
We don't know that for sure.
It's a chance we're taking.
To save Abraham Lincoln, would you be willing to take it?
Yes. As long as we're together.
Okay. Then we're agreed. Now let's figure out how to do this.
It isn't only Mr. Lincoln. It's Mr. Seward, too.
Yes, the Secretary of State. But he didn't die, did he?
No, he recovered. When Payne stabbed at him, although he was badly cut up, an iron brace around his neck and his jaw saved his life.
Yes. Now who, what else?
Well, a man named Asterod. I don't know. It was a German. I don't remember. He was supposed to kill the war secretary, Stanton. But he didn't have the nerve.
Mm-hmm.
There was another man named Gerald or Harold or something, but he got cold feet, too. He doesn't count. And, of course, Mrs. Surratt.
But she really didn't have much to do with it, did she?
They never really proved anything against her. Just that the conspirators had met at her house several times.
Okay. There's only one thing to do.
What?
We're going to the White House and warn the president. Well, if this is Pennsylvania Avenue, that must be it, but it doesn't look like the White House.
It wasn't even called that then. I mean now. It's called the President's House. What are we going to do?
I'm going up to that sentry and try to get in.
I'm coming with you.
Peg, there might be some danger.
Some danger? What else is this whole thing?
All right. Let's go.
All right, lady, move along. Abe ain't seeing any more petitioners today. Hey, you. Where do you think you're going?
I have business with the president.
Yeah, you and what's left of the population. Forget it, mister. He's only one man, and anyways, he's tied up in state business. Now move on, will you?
Please, officer, it's very important and personal.
You can forget the flattery, ma'am. I'm just a plain foot soldier, Union Army, and I got no use for civilians today. Abe needs a rest from him.
But this has to do with the president's well-being.
Ain't no use of me letting you by anyways. You'd only be stopped inside.
Now, listen to me. Supposing we were to tell you that we know there's a plot to assassinate the president.
Sure, you'd be one of 100,000 nuts, soreheads, Johnny Rabs in disguise. So move on out before you tempt me to put a musket ball in you just in case you got any notions.
Come on, Mac.
Well, okay, but just one more question.
One is all, brother.
Which way is Ford's Theater?
Now, there's a good notion. Save your imagination for there, huh? You take Pennsylvania here to 10th, and then a couple of blocks north.
What did you come here for?
Just to locate the theater and... Wait a minute. You see that guy there?
Which?
The dark-haired, shortish guy on the other side of the street in the cavalry boots and spurs, walking towards the theater. Isn't that Booth?
Morning, Mr. Ford.
Mr. Booth?
Give you a hand unloading your buggy?
Why, no thanks. One of my actors will be right out to help.
Do you really think you can drum up any business for that turkey, our American cousin, you are foolish enough to produce?
I'll wager, sir, I'll outdo Gray's Theater tonight. Mr. Lincoln and General Grant are attending the performance.
So, if it were my theater, I wouldn't give him standing room. But I promise you, it will be a night to remember.
Oh, I'd give anything to know what they're talking about.
I'd have given a lot more to have brought the Downing's pistols with me and put a couple of shots into Mr. Booth.
You couldn't be a murderer, Mac.
Oh, I know. Anyway, it's too late now.
Now what?
We'll try Mr. Seward's house and Mr. Stanton's. Anyone, anywhere who'll maybe stop long enough to listen to us. It's incredible, isn't it? Here we are with the knowledge to stop one of the greatest crimes in history, and we can't get anyone to listen to us.
Maybe that's the way it has to be?
No, Peg. I just can't give up yet. If there was just some way to get to Booth.
I don't see how. Well, there seems to be a lot of activity around this house tonight.
What?
I don't know. Maybe there's a party now that supper's over. The front bell keeps jangling, and people keep riding up.
Wait a minute. You don't suppose... Look, the conspirators must have had a meeting once they knew Lincoln was going to actually be at the theater. Now, if they were going to... Well, where else? Look out the window, Peg.
Easy, boy. Easy.
By God, that's what it must be. That's the great John Wilkes Booth himself.
Hear what they're saying?
No, not really. Just enough to know they're planning something. I heard the name Payne, though.
Well, then it's the plot, all right. He's the one who...
I want you, Davy, to hold the horses. And Asterod, you will kill the Secretary of War, Stanton. Payne, my trusted friend, I leave the Secretary of State to you. You will make sure of Seward. Lincoln, I shall shoot through the head. And General Grant shall be dispatched with the knife. Then down to the stage and to rive the startled audience with the ringing phrase, Sic Semper Tyrannis. And when I leave the stage for the last exit, I shall leave as the most famous man in America and across the world. Now, we must discuss the escape route by the Navy Bridge. Now, Davy...
What are we going to do?
First things first. Now, come on. Get the pistols and let's get out of here.
Why, Mr. and Mrs. Downing, what are you doing downstairs? I thought you were off to bed.
Well, we were just going to take a stroll, but it seems a little chill. Come, Rebecca, dear. Put on your wrap against the night air.
Mary, what is it?
An emergency, Wilkes. I must speak to you alone.
What's wrong?
My new boarders. They're Yankees. And I think they overheard the plot to assassinate the president.
Where are we going? doing, Mac?
I noticed a little park on the way to the theater. Now, Booth will have to pass through there on the way. The others will have split by then. I'm going to ambush him. And nothing. Just keep him from getting to Ford's Theater tonight. At least it'll save the president. Here's the park now. Peg, what is it?
Lover's Rest. That's where the Downings were going to commit suicide. Mac, look out!
What is it?
John Wilkes Booth! Get the alarm for Dad, quick!
Are you the Downings?
Yes. Are you John Wilkes Booth?
Forget that. I will not let you stop the march of history.
Nor I you!
Mac, we're back.
We didn't get shot? Or kill each other in that suicide pact?
If anyone got shot, it must have been Asa and Rebecca. Hello, Dad.
Oh, honey. Oh, children. Now, what's all this about being shot? Are you all right?
Well, a bit shook, sir, but I guess all here. What happened with you while we were gone?
Oh, sir, I had a couple of strange guests lying on the table strapped down.
A girl in a crinoline dress?
And a guy in a long-tailed jacket like they wore in the Civil War?
Just about describes them. They lay like corpses. So that's all that happened to me. Now, what happened to you?
We tried to stop Lincoln's assassination.
You what?
But I don't guess we succeeded. I mean, nothing's really changed, has it?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not.
President Abraham Lincoln did get assassinated by John Wilkes Booth on April 14th, 1865, the way we've always known.
Well, of course, darling. Nothing could change that. After all, it's history.
It's history, all right. But might it not have been? And if the tragic occurrence had never happened, how much better or worse might our country or the world have been? We'll never know, of course. And there's the fascination of life, leaving just a few loose ends in our story, which I'll be back to gather up very shortly. One final footnote. It is fascinating that in one of the Washington papers of December 15th, 1865, black-bannered headlined with the assassination reports, buried in the back pages was a small note that the bodies of Asa Downing and Rebecca Fryer had been discovered in what appeared to be a suicide pact. The item might never have made the paper except for the coincidence that the death tryst was so near the now famous Ford's Theater. Our cast included Jennifer Harmon, William Redfield, Ian Martin, Bryna Rayburn, and Gordon Gould. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
This is WBBM Chicago, News Radio 78.
This is your White Sox station, Sports Radio 78, WBBM Chicago.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. There are some events so unforgettable, they're almost impossible to describe. How many of you who hear me now remember pictures of thousands of weeping Frenchmen in the streets of Paris as the German conqueror rolled down the Champs-Élysées? Another occasion that caused literally an entire nation to cry aloud, so great was the sadness, happened 115 years ago, one April day. We have looked into this tremendous tragedy and for the first time on Mystery Theater will reveal to you the secret behind the great conspiracy.
John Wilkes Booth. Well, you're not by any chance the famous actor.
I was, but I shall perform no more, Doctor. Only one play interests me now, and that is Venice Preserved. I shall play that.
Well, isn't that the story that to save Venice, plotters plot to do away with the entire Venetian cabinet?
Yes. For liberty, all the leaders must be assassinated. Our drama, Conspiracy, written especially for the Mystery Theater by G. Frederick Lewis, stars Kevin McCarthy. It is sponsored in part by Sunkissed Growers Incorporated. I'll be back shortly with Act One.
When an orange says Sunkissed on the outside, you know it's juicy and sweet on the inside.
Eat Sunkissed Sweet. It'll knock you off of your feet. It's so fresh and juicy, plump and heavenly. Sunkissed Sweet.
Sink your teeth into a big, bursting, sweet, succulent, scintillating, juicy, vibrant, luscious, lip-smacking, mouth-watering, tongue-tickling Sunkissed orange.
Ain't Sunkissed Sweet.
Minutes seem like hours when you sometimes have trouble getting to sleep. Wouldn't you like to get to sleep fast? Announcing new Unisom. A different generation sleep aid. The only one with doxylamine. To our knowledge, Unisom is the only non-prescription sleep aid proven effective in clinical tests. When you sleep better, you feel better. For occasional sleeplessness, take new Unisom. Use only as directed.
There's only one quick recovery, energy-efficient gas water heater on the market, State Industries' new Super Saver. It's super because Super Saver delivers more hot water faster. It's a saver because Super Saver uses less energy. That saves money. A 40-gallon gas Super Saver could save as much as $590, maybe more, over a 10-year period. State Super Saver. Call for more information.
In Olson, call D.M. Dykstra and Company at 371-3220.
North Riverside Park Mall is welcoming spring with fresh, lively fashions and great new merchandise. North Riverside Park is the shopping center attuned to the active life. And the mall is sponsoring a fun run to benefit United Cerebral Palsy beginning at 9 a.m. Saturday, March 29th, with a guest appearance by the legendary miler Jim Ryan. Get up for spring at North Riverside Park, especially for the active American.
North Riverside Park, especially for you.
In New York City, November the 25th, 1864. The curtain has rung down on a performance of Julius Caesar, starring three actors who are related, the three great matinee idols of the day. Junius Booth playing Cassius, Edwin Booth as Brutus, and John Wilkes Booth, Mark Antony. The curtain calls have been taken. Edwin and Junius have returned to their dressing rooms. John Wilkes, alone, stands on the darkened stage.
Where did I go wrong in the friends, Romans, countrymen's speech? Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen. Then I and you and all of us fell down while bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep. Ah, that's the place. That's where I went off the track. No, do it this way. While bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep. Very quietly. That's it. Who's that?
Mr. Booth, this is a great honor. I came round to the back of the stage to thank you.
You're quite welcome. Your name, sir?
Louis Payne, Mr. Booth. It may be hard for you to believe this, but tonight I saw Mark Antony live.
Why, thank you.
You see, this is the very first play I've ever seen. I've been a soldier most of my life.
Well, that's a pity. I suppose that keeps you on the go. Are you stationed hereabouts?
No, Mr. Booth. When war broke out, I enlisted with the 2nd Florida Infantry. I was also at Gettysburg and then with Mosby's Raiders. A few very tight spots that ended me in a hospital in Baltimore. Now, here I am.
Yeah, for a young man, you've seen quite a bit of action.
Oh, I'm strong. I can give as good as I get. But tonight, Mr. Booth, seeing you on this stage, that strength melted. I wept like a child.
You have a way with words yourself, Mr. Payne. Why don't you come back to my dressing room for a bit of wine? Have another glassful, Lewis? And I expect you to call me John Wilkes.
Oh, a great honor.
That's yours. As high as the glass will permit. A great honor, nonsense. We're both men of action. It's fate that has brought us together. You know Macbeth. Fate plays a big part. The witches.
I'm afraid not.
Macbeth, there was a man of action. But in my case, fortunately, in my life, I have no Lady Macbeth to upstage me. Lewis, why don't you come with me to Washington?
You mean after the war?
This cursed war. I'm a man of peace, you know. I love peace. For 4 years, I've hoped and prayed for the dark clouds to break, but now... I see that all hope of peace is dead.
The South is your home, Mr. Booth?
John Wilkes, I told you, Lewis.
Oh, yes.
John Wilkes. Yes, I have ever held the South was right. The very nomination 4 years ago of Lincoln warned of war. The election proved it. Brother piercing brother's heart. How wicked. I could use your strength in Washington.
I'll be honest with you, sir. I'm a deserter from the Confederate Army.
Well, who is to know? You've seen enough action. Nothing to be ashamed. You and I must strike a blow for freedom.
Well, what will you do in Washington?
A great play, sir. A great act in a play called Freedom for the Confederacy. Come with me to Washington, Lewis. I will make you one of the principals in my play. I beg your pardon, sir. I wonder if you could tell me who is the owner of this land?
Why do you ask?
Well, I've been up and down this part of Maryland, and I thought I might like to purchase a farm, you know? My card, sir. John Wilkes Booth. I was told by an old friend of mine in Bryantown, Dr. William Bowman. He said that there might be some land for sale, and I should try to find Dr. Samuel Mudd.
I am Dr. Mudd. And yes, I know Dr. Bowman. But I'm afraid, sir, this land is not for sale.
Well, if I were the owner, I wouldn't part with it either. You wouldn't have any horses for sale, would you, Dr. Mudd?
Horses? Why, yes, I could accommodate you.
Now tell me something about the roads leading through here out of Washington. I mean, if someone wished to travel in a hurry, you know.
Well, it really depends, Mr. Booth, where one intended to go.
South, sir, south. I wonder if we might repair to your house, Doctor. There are some things I would like to discuss with you.
Why, certainly. I'm sorry Dr. Bowman didn't apprise me of your arrival.
Not his fault. I took him by surprise this morning. We're old friends, you know. He told me that you were a quiet advocate of the South.
Too quiet, I'm afraid. But what can a doctor do? I see our old way of life threatened and ultimately disappearing. However, I put all my faith in General Lee.
I hope it's not misplaced, sir. Is your house far from here?
No, not at all. We can walk it. John Wilkes Booth. You're not by any chance the famous actor.
I was. But I shall perform no more.
That would be a great loss to the stage.
There's only one play I care to present, and that is Venice Preserved.
Oh, I know that play. Isn't the gist of it, to save Venice, all the officials of the Venetian cabinet are to be assassinated?
Dr. Mudd, I have been slowly gathering faithful patriots about me. I have a plan to seize Abraham Lincoln by force. Perhaps as he is driving his carriage about Washington one day. Threaten him with instant death if he gives any warning. Drive across the Navy Bridge as fast as possible. Fresh horses halfway down the peninsula. And put aboard a boat at Port Tobacco at 8 o'clock at night. In an hour, we would be in Virginia behind Confederate lines.
Kidnap the president?
Hold him for ransom.
Well, what ransom?
To agree to stop this civil massacre. To order the North to lay down its arms and to return all Confederate prisoners immediately.
Oh, my. I have often thought if only I could be of some service.
You can. Your farmhouse, Dr. Mudd, is only 30 miles from the capital. Can I regard it as a way station to freedom?
You mean you wish me to have fresh horses ready?
What do you wish?
To do anything I can to save the Confederacy.
Done.
Mr. Booth, you said you were gathering men who could be trusted. I know of such a man in John Harrison Surratt. He's in the Secret Service of the Confederacy. When he's home, he lives up the road there with his mother. She's a widow and as loyal a woman to the Confederacy as you're likely to find.
This Mrs. Surratt?
Mary Eugenie Surratt. She will help.
I shall make it a point to see her. But now I must make arrangements to cross the lower Potomac by boat.
Like a Southern Paul Revere, you are alerting patriots and gathering friends. I am excited about the prospect.
Dr. Mudd, a handshake.
If you wish to reach me, how shall I know?
I shall send a message. It will be, Venice must be preserved. Coachman, stop right here. I want to talk to that man lying in that doorway. Stop, I say. Lewis. Lewis Payne, is that you?
Leave me go away.
Lewis, what are you doing lying here on the street? You've been in an accident. Are you sick?
Happy New Year, whoever you are.
You look a sight. I never thought I'd run into you looking like this and here in Washington. Let me help you to your feet. Come on now. Give me your hands. Give me your hands, man.
I can get up alone.
It's me, John Wilkes Booth. Don't you know me? Are you drunk?
Oh, I haven't the price of a thimble of ale. No, I'm tired.
You look terrible, Lewis. Skin and bones. My carriage is at the curb. I want you to come along with me this instant.
You are Booth. I looked for you everywhere. Ford's Theater. I couldn't find you.
Coachman, as soon as my friend and I are inside, direct your horses straight to my house, and don't spare the whip.
I came too late to that hotel where you were staying in New York. You'd already left.
But in the meantime, it's been 5 weeks. Here it is New Year's Eve. I needed you.
I've been in and out of prison. I had a difference of opinion with a negress servant where I was staying. Asked her to clean my room, and she refused. They said I struck her, threw her on the floor, threatened her life.
Who are they?
She had me arrested. Imagine, this black woman. And the provost marshal treated me like a common criminal. Yes, I hit her. Now, why shouldn't I? She disobeyed me.
You have no place to stay?
I run from everywhere. Military police on every corner. See, they'll catch me for being a deserter. I've been robbed. I haven't any money. They eat scraps in the street before the rats get to them.
Tell me no more, Lewis. You shall eat and have a place to rest your head. But first, I must know that you, Lewis Payne, are bound to me, John Wilkes Booth, in thought and deed.
Oh, I'll swear to anything. Whatever you have me do, only give me something to eat.
Coachman, halt your carriage. Here's some money, Lewis. There's a restaurant at the bottom of this road that has no qualms about the appearance of its clients. Eat all you can, and then return to that White House down there on the corner. You see it?
Yes, sir.
Ring 3 times, then step back into the road, and I shall open a window, an upstairs window, and you will say, Venice must be preserved. And I shall come down and let you in. Gentlemen, tonight, 3 hours after the start of the new year, 1865, we are gathered each to help light the torch of liberty.
John Wilkes Booth.
Yes, Dr. Mudd.
There are 4 of us in this room in your house at an hour when we should all be asleep. Won't you introduce us, please?
Forgive me. I presumed that those with like heart needed no introduction. However, this gentleman on my right is Dr. Samuel Mudd, a physician. To his right, 2 new recruits to our cause, Mr. David Harold. Davy is employed at Thompson's Drugs, 15th in Pennsylvania, very close to the White House, where he can both observe and act. And sitting beside him, George Atzerodt. George has secured for us a flat-bottomed boat capable of holding 15 persons. And when we take President Lincoln for his unexpected ride across the Confederate lines, George will ferry us across the Potomac. He's a ferryman by trade. That must be our fifth friend. Let me by, please, so I can open the window. Yes. What do you wish?
Venice must be preserved.
Stay where you are. I'll be right down.
And so it began, a conspiracy which had no parallel in history. Actually, as we look back, we see it as a course plotted by foolish and misguided young men, not so much for honor, but for money. All except perhaps the leader, John Wilkes Booth himself. For Booth was a monomaniac on the subject of the wronged South. So much so that his mind was quite unsettled on the subject. In fact, you could say unhinged. I shall return shortly with Act Two.
For the National Association of Realtors, this is Greg Morris with On the Home Front. Buying a home may be the biggest investment of your life. To make it a wise investment, take advantage of the expertise of a realtor. Together, you'll develop a list of priorities. Must it be new and modern, or an older house you can fix up? How many rooms do you need, and how much land? Your realtor will show you homes that suit you best. And take notes as you go. Property taxes, utility bills, room dimensions. Your realtor knows your market and can get you the best value. If you're looking at an older home, be sure to check the structure. For more tips, talk to a realtor. Realtors support equal opportunity in housing and want you to have the home that suits you best. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, working for America's property owners.
The plot went forward to capture President Lincoln, spirit him from Washington across the Potomac to Virginia, then hold him hostage to stop the war, release the prisoners, grant amnesty to the rebel army. Only a self-appointed and self-deluded savior could have undertaken this misbegotten task.
It's 10 minutes to 5 in the morning, gentlemen. We have carefully discussed the roles each of you are to play, responsibilities, duties, etc., etc. Not a day goes by that I am not about the town of Washington purchasing the tools for freedom. Dr. Mudd, your friend Mrs. Surratt has put her house at our disposal. Made it into a magazine of arms, gunpowder and ammunition like our ancestors did at Williamsburg.
Specifically, what arms?
Good question, Lewis. Several cartridge boxes, 8 carbines. 2 of these are fine Spencer carbines.
Oh, Spencers. Now, I can vouch for them. They fire in rapid succession a number of rounds without reloading.
I thought we were party to a kidnapping, not a war.
Know your enemy, I say, Doctor. Excuse me. A little short of breath. I shall sit down.
What is it, John? You're very pale.
I'm quite all right. Quite all right, Doctor. Not even tired. I've often stayed up all night talking. True, we are but mortals.
I think we should adjourn the meeting, Dr. Mudd.
Well, let's carry him to the sofa. Davy, George, let's have a hand here.
No, I protest. I'm quite fit. Quite fit. Come in.
How are you feeling today, John?
Perfectly fine, perfectly fit. How else should I feel, Doctor?
Well, yesterday you seemed, shall I say...
There's nothing to say.
Under a strain?
Dr. Mudd, when I need a medical consultation, I shall ask for it.
Look, John, I didn't come to beset you, but have you seen the Evening Standard?
Yes, I saw it.
I brought it along.
I told you I saw it. It matters not to me.
Nor our plans?
Certainly not.
The fall of Richmond? Jefferson Davis running for the hills doesn't matter? I think the Confederacy has gone up.
Do you now? But it hasn't, I tell you. It hasn't. We'll fight on And you, Doctor, and I, and my fighters for Southern freedom, we shall act from an unexpected front.
Have you enlisted the aid of Captain Surratt yet?
No, but I'm very hopeful tonight. He's never been long enough in one place.
I told you he's with the Secret Service under General Wilder.
I remember. Do you think I, John Wilkes Booth, have a faulty memory?
John, are you sure you feel all right?
Yes, right as rain. Yes, Mrs. Surratt has arranged it. I want that Surratt. Secret Service. He must know Maryland and Virginia very well. You? What is the word?
Venice must be preserved.
Captain Surratt?
Wilkes Booth?
I appreciate your meeting me here out in this field. Too much time has elapsed since Dr. Mudd first mentioned your name as an ally.
An experienced ally. I've been busy.
Yes, so Mrs. Surratt has apprised me walking in and out of the lines of the two armies. Washington, Richmond, New York.
I'm not alone in the Confederate Secret Service. My mother tells me she's bound hand and foot to your cause, Mr. Booth.
Did she have a message for me?
Yes. She has a longer rope and a monkey wrench of the correct size. I gather this has some meaning for you.
Would you join our effort, Captain Surratt?
May I reserve decision until I've heard your scheme? First of all, the longer rope. Are you about to hang Lincoln?
I would if I could. No, in the event of our capturing the president, my fellow patriots plan to stretch that rope across some point in the road to break the pursuit of any cavalry that might follow.
And the monkey wrench?
Well, as soon as we reach the Potomac, to remove the wheels of the president's carriage and set it bodily on the boat, which we'll ferry across the river.
Your intention, then, is one evening when Lincoln makes his daily visit to the soldiers' hospital to kidnap him?
Mm-hmm. I have almost all the men I need.
If you don't mind my speaking plainly, Booth, what you propose is quite impractical. The idea is not feasible. I don't think you realize the dangers.
I don't consider that for a moment.
Nor do I, not in my job. But for this, it must be considered. After leaving Washington with President Lincoln, we would have to drive over 100 miles before we'd cross the Potomac.
I know, and having crossed that safely, and I have an excellent ferryman, there is a further long drive from one end of Midland, Virginia, to the other.
My dear Booth, aren't you aware that the section is simply swarming with Yankees?
Are you certain?
Well, I've just come through there. All right. Granted we do by some miracle get through, and if we reach the Rappahannock and cross it, we might then be reasonably safe.
There you are.
Even so, I'd say we stand about one chance in 500 in surmounting all those obstacles. From the moment we get possession of Mr. Lincoln's person, the entire country will be in a furor. Booth, think. The President of the United States. He can't be spirited away like an ordinary citizen.
I'll take that chance. Any chance. Lewis, are you sure Surratt understood and agreed?
Absolutely, John. He told George to tell you it was now or never.
I never say never. 9 o'clock. The evening of March 16th, the year of our Lord, 1865. A date that will be long remembered.
I hope I'm here to remember it.
You shall be, Lewis. You shall be richer, retired, and respected as one of the liberators of the New South. You shall remember this very spot where you stood at the Long Bridge, about to make history.
If Surratt does what he agreed to.
At what time was Lincoln to visit the soldiers' home tonight?
David Harold told me 7:30.
How do you find him? Reliable? Davy, I mean.
Don't ask me. You assigned him to watch the White House.
Well, naturally. He takes medicines over there from his pharmacy, and he has a woman friend who keeps him posted. Wait a moment. Did you say 7:30? You told me Surratt would jump that carriage at 9:30.
I never told you anything. I never even saw you. I gave the message to that fool at Surratt. I told him what Davy told me, 7:30.
Well, if Surratt followed the plan, grabbed the reins of the president's carriage at 7:30, it wouldn't have taken him this long, an hour and a half, to drive through old fields to where we're standing now. Shh. What is that?
What? I don't hear a thing but the water under the bridge.
Louis, you go across the road and ask out Surratt what time he told me.
What difference does it make? What's done is done. Now, look, you hand-picked everyone. They were all your choice. And George can't even write his own name.
You could have done better.
He has wrecked our plans.
Now, don't be too certain. Surratt may still bring us the president.
Why do you keep protecting George?
Because I am not a ferryman, and neither are you. If anyone can get Lincoln safely across the Potomac, it'll be him. Now go across the road and tell the others to remain on the alert. We will wait until midnight.
Who desires to know?
I'm the Marshal of the District of Columbia. You, sir, in that carriage, stand and identify yourself.
Certainly. I'm Edwin M. Stanton, the Secretary of War.
Secretary Stanton? Oh, forgive me, sir, but word is out there may be an attempt on the life of the president tonight, so we're stopping every horseman in carriage.
Marshal, isn't the president at the White House?
No, Mr. Secretary. The president was scheduled for his evening visit at the soldiers' home, the old 7th Street Hospital, so we're protecting the road.
But he's not there, Marshal. I can vouch for that. I've just come from there. Carry on, Marshal. You and your men stop everything that moves this night until I send word the president has been found safe. Coachman, the White House. President, is that you?
Edward, good evening. Isn't it a beautiful night? You see those stars? God's in his heaven. Someday we shall say, and all's right with the world.
I look for you at the soldiers' home.
I would have been there if I could. I hate to miss one visit with our boys. Work always seems to interfere.
Well, General Hunter and I both feel uneasy when you visit the wounded without a guard.
Oh, Edwin, no one wants to kill me. What good would my death do anybody? Besides, I can't always be thinking of death. Our soldiers look it full in the face every single day. Why shouldn't I? Do come inside, Edwin. We'll talk a bit longer.
Reeve, I'll stay a while, but you must agree to what I propose.
Oh? Sight unseen?
Better than life unlived.
This is where Surratt lives when he's in Washington. Dismount, Dr. Mudd. You too, Louis?
Yeah, I'd like to give that Captain Surratt a piece of my mind. I've known him and his mother since he was a boy. I simply don't understand.
I don't like it a bit, I don't.
Louis, try to contain your temper.
Staying up half the night waiting for the infallible captain? If you don't mind, John Wilkes, I have better things to do with my evenings than wait at bridges.
Payne.
Yes, Dr. Mudd?
Let's keep the post-mortem of this botched kidnapping a short one.
I know how to handle this, Dr. Mudd. Will you get out of my way, Louis? I want to pull the bell.
Booth, it's 2 a.m. If someone were home, they would answer.
Ridiculous. Where is Surratt? This is 541, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, these houses on 8th Street look alike. If Surratt is here, I shall suspect that good reason why the mix-up tonight.
And what if he is not?
Then, Dr. Mudd, I shall expect an even better reason. Now, where are you going, Louis?
I'm going to bed. I am not spending one more minute waiting about for your officious, ill-mannered, greedy friend, the captain.
Something must have happened. Can't you recognize that?
You think Surratt is a patriot. I think he's a cowardly opportunist. Good night.
Louis doesn't know the man as you and I do, Doctor. He's jealous of Surratt, always has been.
None of them seem to like one another, John.
Well, I never pledged them to love, only to serve.
My common sense told me all along abducting the president in his carriage was not a workable idea.
Well, Doctor, a good soldier never lets himself run out of ammunition.
Explain yourself, John.
If the president cannot be captured on his way to the soldiers' home, then we shall kidnap him at the theater. He often goes to Ford's. He's a devotee of Shakespeare. One evening, when he's in his box, he He can be lifted up from behind and thrown down onto the stage. It's only 12 feet. He can be caught by two of our comrades and hustled out the stage door to a waiting carriage. I've already bought one, perfect for the occasion.
John, are you mad?
Don't say that.
In front of a theater filled with people, you think they're going to sit quietly and watch a kidnapping of their president as though it were part of the play?
All I need is a stagehand or a scene shifter who works at Ford's Theater.
Well, frankly, I'm at my wit's end. What would he do?
Why, turn off all the lights, footlights, audience lights, house lights, everything. Shut down the gas at the main. Plunge the theater into darkness.
In a crowded theater? Why, there'd be a riot.
Precisely, Dr. Mudd. One needs time to escape.
That year, 1865, assassinations, machinations, all the devious ways men seek to pull their idols down to the ground and under it were not as widespread as today. However, even then, the deed overwhelmed the perpetrator. In this play, Mystery Theater seeks to understand the evildoer more than the evil done. I shall return shortly with Act 3.
Minutes seem like hours when you sometimes have trouble getting to sleep. Wouldn't you like to get to sleep fast? Announcing new Unisom. A different generation sleep aid. The only one with doxylamine. To our knowledge, Unisom is the only non-prescription sleep aid proven effective in clinical tests. When you sleep better, you feel better. For occasional sleeplessness, take new Unisom. Use only as directed.
When Mr. and Mrs. George Steger's old central air conditioner broke down under the heat of the Texas summer, they replaced it with the Lennox 2-speed air conditioner.
The quiet and comfort are heavenly.
And it saves money. Our Lennox 2-speed air conditioner costs less to operate because it uses less electricity.
It can save 24% over a single-speed unit.
With savings like that, how can we afford not to have Lennox?
Take it from Dave Lennox. To modernize your home, call your independent Lennox dealer. He's in the Yellow Pages.
This is WBBM Chicago.
Wouldn't you love to be in Hawaii right now? In Sheraton's Hawaii, we've got room for you with 5 fabulous hotels in Waikiki and 5 more on the romantic neighbor islands. All of them offer superb accommodations at remarkably affordable prices. For example, you can bask in luxury in an ocean view room right on the beach for as little as $24.50 per person per day double occupancy. Neighbor island rates start at just $21 per person per day double occupancy. Sheraton hotels on Maui, Kauai, and Molokai are all located on beautiful, uncrowded beaches. And on the Big Island, there's the Volcano House and the Sheraton Waiakea Village Hotel in Hilo. So come to Sheraton's Hawaii. There's plenty of room, lots of sunshine, and unlimited aloha. Call your travel agent or Sheraton toll-free 800-325-3535. Wouldn't you love to be in Hawaii right now?
April 1865. A much-loved and much-hated lanky American presides over his country. He stands behind a rocking chair in his bedroom. The oil lamps are lit, and he speaks quietly to one of his oldest friends, Edwin Stanton, the Secretary of War. I told you, didn't I? This tall president is Abraham Lincoln.
Abe, I'm not staying. I merely came by to see if you were safe.
Oh, stay. You know, being president is about as lonely a job as there is. No one wants to talk with you, merely at you. Mrs. Lincoln's retired. I can tell you need the reassuring, not I.
Well, it's hard to be calm when incitements to murder or kidnap appear in the press.
I take it you mean that fool announcement in the Selma Dispatch. Edwin, they never liked me in southern Alabama.
Abe, there's also a rumor of a conspiracy hatched in Richmond to abduct or assassinate you, whichever is found the more practical.
Oh, even if it's true, I don't see what the rebels would gain by killing or getting possession of me. I'm but a single individual, wouldn't help their cause or make the least difference in the progress of the war, everything would go right on just the same.
Mr. President, is that what you call reassuring me? Should anything ever happen to you, the United States would never, ever be the same.
Edwin, one can become accustomed to a great deal, even danger.
Well, I'm not asking too much of you, Abe.
Oh, no, only that whenever I leave the executive mansion, that 6 of your tallest guards ride in front of me and 6 to the rear. Do I have it right, Edwin?
Almost, Abe. And 6 on each side of you as well. Well, I must go now, Mr. President. If I may, I'll bid you good night. And if there are no further objections, we shall place an unobtrusive guard over you.
Well, how can I object, Mr. Stanton? After all, you are the Secretary of War. However,
yes?
I predict that if all presidents find such precautions necessary, instead of war, they'll be calling your post Secretary of Defense.
Who's there? Is that you, Booth?
Yes, Captain Surratt.
Great heavens, how long have you been waiting here at my front door?
Too long.
Good. Let's go inside.
What the devil happened? 5 hours all of us waited at Long Bridge.
Lincoln never arrived. I waited for him on 7th. He never appeared.
He didn't leave for the soldiers' home?
That's what I said. I waited till 9, went around to the White House. I had to wait there 2 hours before the groom I know came on duty. He said the president was indisposed and never left the White House. I told you it wouldn't work. I was ready to jump his carriage as we planned.
How much longer is this going to go on? Every Southern soldier will have bled to death, and I'll be in the poorhouse before we seize Lincoln.
There'll be other opportunities, Booth. We just have to be patient. Wait.
Wait. Have you any idea, Surratt, what all this is costing me? 6 men and myself? The ammunition stored at your mother's? Why, the pair of Spencer carbines, brand new, came to $300. A boat I had to buy, a buggy, a carriage. I haven't even mentioned the rental of horses for each of us and boarding houses, lodgings, meals, while we wait for the opportune moment. I've mortgaged my earnings for years.
All right, I have a suggestion. Why don't you play a benefit here in Washington? They'll pay you handsomely.
A special performance at Ford's Theater? I may just have to.
John Wilkes, this is a ridiculous waste of time. Riding around Washington in your carriage we've been up and down Pennsylvania Avenue for the better part of an hour. You haven't said a word. All you do is keep looking at all the other carriages.
Have I said nothing, Lewis? Well, I've been thinking the unthinkable. Was it only a month ago we failed in our planned kidnapping?
Less. We were ready, all of us, waiting for Surratt to drive up with his prisoner, but the president didn't oblige. What's that in your hand?
Handcuffs. Surratt had them to handcuff Lincoln once we had captured his carriage. You snapped them in and out.
I've had them on my wrists. I don't like them. They lock with a key.
Yes, they do, Lewis. But we have lost that key. The key to free my land from its bondage. Now the North will be our masters forever. It's all over now. Don't you know the news?
No.
Lee surrendered to Grant yesterday at Appomattox. The South will now forevermore be in chains. So I put these handcuffs back into my pocket.
No point in kidnapping Lincoln now, I see. Of course.
There's nothing to stop that treacherous man from being president as long as he lives. Is there?
Well, I doubt he'd wish it. But the country would let him.
Driver, look sharp. You see that carriage coming towards me, drawn by 2 grays? Well, follow it, driver, will you? Turn around and follow it. Don't you understand what I say? Don't let that coach now out of your sight.
Whose carriage is that?
Lincoln's.
Following won't do any good. He's 12 deep in guard.
Well, you can never tell. I'm very accurate with a derringer. But I haven't brought mine with me. The more's the pity.
Oh, now you listen to me, John Wilkes. If you ever get a notion to shoot the president from a carriage I'm riding in, warned me. Now, I'd like to have a few hours of notice so I can prepare my escape.
Very well, Lewis. Consider yourself on notice as of this moment.
For what, John Wilkes?
A special benefit at Ford's Theater tomorrow for the benefit of the dying Confederacy.
Come in, Booth. I've been waiting for you. I slept very little last night, not after your message.
Dr. Mudd, I haven't slept at all the entire night.
Do you know what day it is today?
Certainly April 14th.
Oh, it's more than that. It's Good Friday.
Is it now? Good Friday. Well, it'll be a black Easter for the North before this weekend is past. You have my spurs.
Right here in this chest.
Will you give me a hand to put them on, Doctor?
To have one come loose has to happen just once.
When I've done the deed and jumped a dozen feet from the president's box to the stage, believe me, nothing will stop my escape.
Keep your feet clear of the flags around the box. They could trip you.
It's my head that must remain clear, not my feet.
Now, you listen, Captain Surratt. I am not impressed with your pussyfooting Secret Service. You have never seen any real action. All through the war, I bet you slept in a bed every night.
That's fine talk from you, Mr. Deserter. It got too hot for you, did it?
Booth is here.
Payne, you and I'll talk later.
Good day, gentlemen. I've asked you all to meet me here for final instructions and assignments. George, Lewis, Davy, John, you and I are all provided with horses.
Sir, am I getting the one-eyed bay? I like her. She's fast.
You are. John Surratt.
Sir?
You know what you have to do at the box at Ford's Theater.
It's the right box as you face the stage.
That's it.
Consider it done.
Where's Dr. Mudd?
He's out of the picture. He will remain at his house where Davy and I will hide for the first 24 hours.
Well, I thought you were going to my mother's place.
You are, John. But if they connect you with us, don't stay there too long. It'll be the first place the Federalists will think of. George, you head back to Georgetown and then on to Maryland. Be sure to return your horse to Kellerer's stable first. Act calmly as if this was none of your affair. There'll be another horse for you behind the Herndon house. Now, as to the assignments, Lincoln is mine.
And which traitor do I get?
You know, the Secretary of State, Seward, as planned.
Right, I go with a package from his doctor.
Davy, you supply the medicine.
Gain admittance, go to his bedroom, and then dash his brains out with my pistol. I want to be able to take care of him in 3 minutes. And what's our know-it-all Captain Surratt gonna do? Shine the buttons on his jacket?
I'm not taking that from any Confederate deserter.
Hold on now, you two.
Booth. What is it?
John Wilkes, are you all right?
Yes, everybody. Now listen, we cannot afford to quarrel among ourselves. Now, do you understand that? Each of us has a duty to perform. Surratt, Payne, when this April the 14th is past, you two can duel one another, do anything you please. But now, you belong to me and the cause. What time is it, Captain?
4 o'clock.
All right, the curtain goes up in 4 hours. Does that give you enough time, John, to take care of the president's box?
I can do it in half an hour. Your man by the back door, will he let me into the theater?
Now, Ford's will be empty all afternoon. The stagehand will be there. Just say Booth to him, and he'll look the other way. Now, you go right in. I'll meet you, John, in the alley behind the theater at 9. The rest of you, be sure you've covered your tracks. Your lives depend on it. Well, then, till death do us part. Surratt?
It's done.
So everything is ready?
Just as we planned. I cut a hole in the inner door leading to the box, right where you'll be able to see Lincoln sitting in his chair.
And what about the outer door?
I left that short piece of 2x4 where you can wedge it against the outer door. So after you've fired the shot, jump clear to the stage. It'll delay anyone trying to get to the president. My job's done, John Wilkes. The rest is up to you.
I'll hide in the alley till it's time. You signal me when the second act's begun.
You can count on me. I'll signal.
The second act of Our American Cousin is the most diverting. As soon as I see your sign, I'll slip past the guard. They're usually so taken up with the play they can't be bothered. And I'll be inside the first door. And then a quick look through the peephole. And then
Venice will be preserved. Heaven help you, Booth.
Sic semper tyrannis. Goodbye. I see him. I can see him. Hated man. Now let it work. Mischief thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt. Sic semper tyrannis!
John Wilkes Booth, the man who played Mark Antony on the American stage, believed himself to be a Marcus Brutus on the American scene, an avenger of tyranny. And so ended perhaps the greatest conspiracy of them all. And so began, certainly, our greatest tragedy, the death of our greatest president.
And now, Kava music, that bright and melodious sound that reminds us Kava fans of our favorite, Kava Instant Coffee. It's the only coffee that's 90% acid neutralized. Kava tastes less bitter, so it feels lots better. You get smooth and friendly coffee, cup after delicious cup. And that's music to the ears of us friends who are sometimes bothered by ordinary coffee. So switch to 90% acid neutralized Kava Instant Coffee. Tastes less bitter, feels lots better.
It's a good feeling to sleep the night away on a perfect sleeper by Serta.
I'm Susan Anton. The Perfect Sleeper gives you the top comfort you love and the deep support you need. Top comfort, deep support. You get both from every Serta Perfect Sleeper. That's firmness that feels good. So,
be a perfect sleeper by a perfect sleeper by Serta.
When an orange says Sunkissed on the outside, you know it's juicy and sweet on the inside.
Sunkissed sweet, it'll knock you off of your feet. It's so fresh and juicy, plump and heavenly. Sunkissed sweet.
Sink your teeth into a big, bursting, sweet, succulent, scintillating, juicy, vibrant, luscious, lip-smacking, mouth-watering, tongue-tickling, sun-kissed orange.
Ain't Sunkissed sweet.
Minutes seem like hours when you sometimes have trouble getting to sleep. Wouldn't you like to get to sleep fast? Announcing new Unisom. A different generation sleep aid. The only one with doxylamine. To our knowledge, Unisom is the only non-prescription sleep aid proven effective in clinical tests. When you sleep better, you feel better. For occasional sleeplessness, take new Unisom. Use only as directed.
Does the Mystery Theater attempt such authenticity in what is, after all, a playhouse of the unpredictable and the unknown? In this dramatization of this infamous conspiracy, no events or names were changed, and the tragic drama was drawn from the archives of the United States government, the U.S. Military Commission, records of the trial, the newspapers of the day, and the diary of John Wilkes Booth himself. Our cast included Kevin McCarthy, Russell Horton, Arnold Moss, and Court Benson. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.